Jags sit as we move forward into the second. Come back with that. Say more of the ins and outs of yesterday's NFL schedule. Jags, by the way, are third best percentages of odds of projections of going to the playoffs. But boy, those Houston Texans are hanging around. So let's kind of review and reflect where we are here at the just about official midway point. Jags at 6-2, hosting the Niners this weekend. Give you a kind of a look ahead at what the Jags have here in this next month. It's intriguing. Where is the ceiling for where this team can stand? But the day answered the bell. We talked Friday about Dolphins, Chiefs, right out the gates, 9:30. Cowboys, Eagles, great late afternoon window. And then Bills, Bengals, all three delivered. All three came down to the final minute and a team threatening, scrambling, trying to come from behind and win. But the end result is there are now three teams in the AFC with just two losses, and the Jags are one of them because the Dolphins' loss gives them three. The Cowboys can talk about moral victories all they want, and I would expect the Dallas will beat Philadelphia in their rematch when they meet in Dallas later this year. But now 2.5 games back, two in the loss column after Philadelphia found a way to win yesterday afternoon. Boy, Dallas went down the field and then just self-destructed once they got to the, inside the 10. Now the Eagles self-destructed to get them there. Penalty. Dallas goes from their own 11 to the Eagles 10 with plenty of time on the board. And then a penalty, a couple sacks, just ill-advised play calling in Dallas. Close, but as they say, no cigar. At least they played decent against a good team. Something they haven't done. All right, so let's take a quick break. We'll come back. All right, I've been putting it off. I'm trying to settle into the role of morning host here on a chilly Monday morning as we get you up and going. But Billy Napier and the Gators have to be addressed. It's over, gang. It's not going to end this year. No one has the guts down there to pull a plug. And the guy in charge of making decisions really should be shot into the sun out of a slingshot. And so he's not allowed to. You can't hire the janitor anymore. I want you to pack up your cowbells and get the heck out of Gainesville, Scott Strickland. You are literally the worst athletic director who has ever stepped on campus, and that's saying a lot. You are atrocious. I saw a little post. I believe maybe the Ox Gator posted it. And I'll leave you with this before we come back and talk a little Gators. Florida wore the black uniforms. Again, a stupid, gimmicky idea by Coach Sunbelt down there. Billy Napier can't coach, man. It's frustrating just sitting here. The idiotic decisions this guy makes. The mouth-breathing stares out onto the field like he doesn't know what the heck's going on. The atrocious, just disgusting inability to execute. This guy's a clown, man. God bless him. What a terrible hire. What an idiot. Idiotic, I should say. That way I'm not technically name-calling. What an idiotic decision by Scott Strickland. What a bonehead this guy is. University of Florida just 15 years ago had Billy Donovan, Urban Meyer running their programs. This guy, A.D. Cowbell, has employed now Todd Golden and Billy Napier. Well played, you J.A. What in the world? But, that being said, Scott Strickland hired a guy who is so far in over his head, he should be drowned by now. Billy Napier does not know what in the world he's doing. And it's not going to get better. Florida is stuck with him. There is no answer, but there are certainly a lot of questions. I hesitate to let you hear from Billy Napier. It's only going to increase your angst in him. But he's about to lose the last 4 games of the season, miss a bowl, be sub 500 after 2 years, and leave his fan base with no hope. That was a cemetery game for this guy. I'm not on social media. I don't get into y'all's histrionics on there. I try and at least keep it somewhat stable, believe it or not. I'd be a mess if I was on social media. So I don't really care what what narrative you goons think you're driving. You don't run the world, Twitter guys. You don't. I know you think you do. And I think when you put a post and there's 1,200 views across the entire globe that you think you're cultivating some sort of a narrative. As for all of you that just are on Twitter and you use it as a news source and all that, that's fine. But all you that post think you're changing the world, you're not. This is nuts and bolts booster level. Let me tell you who's not on Twitter, the boosters there, gang. It doesn't take much to look down at the field at the Swamp and say, what in hockey sticks have we done? How far have we fallen? I have the perfect representation for what Billy Napier's Gator program is. I will drop it on you when we come back on the other side, and I'll let you hear from a guy who talks in cliches, who doesn't know what in the hell he's doing on the biggest stage in college football. This dude doesn't have a special teams coordinator. You think that showed at the end of the game? This brother calls his own offensive plays. You think he needs an offensive coordinator? Yeah, he'll have one more year. And again, the lifeblood, the program, the only juice in this program right now, I'm afraid, is going to dry up. And I'll tell you what that is when we return as well. So kick back and enjoy. Next, on the Monday Morning Quarterback, brought to you by DivorceMenOnly.com. We are live at the St. Johns Golf and Country Club, I should say. It's the Tristan Bailey Foundation fundraiser today, so we're happy to be out here in support of try and bring some love to what was just a terrible, terrible tragedy. It's admirable the way the family, has responded, and that this will be a part of that legacy moving forward, and we'll talk more about that as we go along. We got breakfast with Baselli today, so the big fella comes off the bye. We'll chat up Jags' second half hopes, where we stand. What's the ceiling? Ceiling Super Bowl. I mean, this team could be a Super Bowl team. It's that's not a prediction, but it is certainly, finally, for the first time in a long time, including last year, it's a reality. Could be a Super Bowl team right here in our own backyard. So we'll talk Jags with breakfast with Baselli. Coming up at 9 o'clock, our old buddy Josh Scobie has an event coming up himself. He wants to join us for a little bit, get us caught up on what's going on in his world, what his event is, and weigh in on his perspective of the Jaguars as at this point as well. So we are text lineless today. I guess you could fire something off to Gibby. He can deal with your madness. But here on location, happy to say, just clear mind and some real frustration with the state of the orange and blue when we return next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
What are you talking about?
Your home for Florida Gators basketball is 1010XL.
The Gators tip off the season tonight against Loyola, Maryland at the O'Connell Center. Coverage starts at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba, Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Hey, this is Jason with Bueller Air Conditioning. Why do we love to go to that awesome grocery store where shopping is a pleasure? Why do we choose that amazing chicken sandwich where the service is fast and friendly and it's always their pleasure? You see, those brands are a promise. Here at Bueller Air, our team is committed to serving the customer and delivering that same kind of brand promise. Our mission is to be the most trusted brand with friendly and professional service every single time. Give us a call today or visit BuellerAir.com.
Honey-do list around the house just getting longer? First Coast Home Pros has handyman services you can trust. From bathroom remodeling to home repairs, First Coast Home Pros has you covered. Go to firstcoasthomepros.com.
In America, we enjoy freedom thanks to our veterans who answered the call to defend our nation. Congressman Aaron Bean here, and I'm honored to represent more than 70,000 veterans in our nation's capital. As the son of a World War II veteran, I understand that veteran benefits are not entitlements, they're earned. Our team is ready to assist you. If you need help with the VA, call my office, 904-557-9550. I'm Congressman Aaron Bean, and serving you is what we do. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Are you looking for the best deal on your next set of tires? Tire Outlet never falls flat. We offer the best selection, best quality, and best prices on tires so that you can find the right ones for your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, 15 locations across Florida, and a legendary price match guarantee, you can trust that your vehicle is in great hands. Our skilled technicians are ready to maintain and repair your vehicle to keep it operating its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Tire Outlet. Mia O'Brien.
Fun-loving girl.
Weekdays on XL Prime Time.
Likes to laugh. Lives to love. No dull moments tolerated.
Mia's quick hits are driven by Arlington Toyota on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I recorded this only 3 days after starting Awaken 180, and the results are startling. 7 pounds gone in 3 days. I chatted with Mike Dempsey about the results, and he's like, I told you. He dropped 25 pounds in just over a month. I certainly have more than 25 pounds to lose, but with the results I'm having so far, I'll reach my goal in no time. The program is pretty much dummy-proof. My words, not Awakening 180s, of course. And why is it dummy-proof? It's because my coach Sarah does all the work. She built a plan based on my body, my habits, my taste buds for that matter, and all I do is follow it. I'm eating to lose weight, and it's a game changer. Stay tuned because these results will continue until I drop my pounds. If you're in the same boat I was, wishing the weight away, make the call. The solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Lauren Brooks here. Tired of joint pain holding you back? Try BioTarget from Injury Care Centers. This treatment will prolong the life of your joints by targeting the root of your pain and delivering more regenerative cells to the affected area, ensuring faster and more effective healing, making BioTarget the most advanced regenerative treatment. For a limited time, BioTarget starts as low as $499. Call Injury Care Centers or visit GoBioTarget.com. That's GoBioTarget.com.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing fall specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
There's a lot of blame to be spread out, and in this game in particular, I think we're going to look back at all parts of our team.
I got a suggestion for Billy Napier if he's looking for the blame for the loss to Arkansas. This is real simple, buddy. Go in the bathroom. You see that thing that reflects? That's called a mirror. There's one person responsible. There is one guy responsible for an unconscionable loss to Arkansas. Let me explain. This isn't Clint Sterner's Arkansas Razorbacks. This isn't Darren McFadden going to take them to the SEC championship game. This Arkansas team is terrible, okay? I mean, this is like losing to Vandy or whatever terrible team you could put on. So let's just be clear about this. The Arkansas brand doesn't scream to you just how incompetent Billy Napier, the Gators, and how horrible this loss was. Just understand that. We're going to circle back to some more Napier comments, okay? But let me put into perspective for you what Arkansas was coming in. They hadn't won a conference game. They had lost 6 in a row. They hadn't beaten an FBS team. They had the worst offense in the SEC, barely 300 yards a game. The worst. 14 teams. The worst offense in the SEC belonged to Arkansas. They changed offensive coordinators. Their offensive coordinator was calling plays for the first time in his entire life. Never called plays at any level in his whole life in the swamp against Coach Sunbelt and the Gators. The worst offense in the SEC. A team that scored 3 points against Mississippi State. Mississippi State beat Arkansas 7-3. And a guy calling plays for the first time. Florida gave up 39 and lost 39-36. Yeah, there's a lot of blame to go around. I guess you're right. I mean, if you want to look on the stat sheet, we can find ways where this guy could have done it. No, the blame is on you. You lost to Arkansas. That's clown move, bro. That's clown move. Are you ready? Are you sitting down, Gator fan? Especially if you've got any history behind you. In other words, maybe you're just a little bit older, because what I'm about to tell you may not register with the 20-somethings. But this is bad news now, so sit down. If you're 40 or older, sit down what I'm about to tell you about their Gators. You ready? Let me tell you who Billy Napier is. Let me tell you what the University of Florida is right now. Okay? Gibby?
Yes.
Who am I? You ready?
Okay.
I coached an SEC East Power for 7 years. I went 6-6, 4-7, 9-3, 10-2, 5-6, 6-4-1, 6-6, and then after 7 years and 46-34-1, I was fired. I coached an SEC East Power for 7 years. I went 6-6, 4-7, 9-3, 10-2, and back to reality, 5-6, 6-4-1, 6-6. Can you guess who that is? Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who I'm referencing? 7 years at an SEC East Power, a 5-6, a 6-6, a 4-7, a 6-6. Yeah, sprinkle in a 9-3, or a blind squirrel finds an acorn, 10-2, just enough to fool the fan base. Who am I?
Is that Ray Goff?
That's Ray Goff. Billy Napier is Ray Goff. Florida's Gators are Ray Goff's Georgia Bulldogs. Soak that in, gang. It's exactly what they are. Exactly. This guy's going to get coaches circle. He's going to get. I don't even know what I'm so frustrated. I can't even put words together as a communicator. They'll coach around him in circles. This guy will flutter in the wind down in Gainesville until you finally pull the plug and send him back to, Southern Miss or somewhere where he can just tootle along with a slow draw and his, speaking in platitudes. But I really don't like that soundbite that we started this segment with. I don't like it one bit. Blame to go around? Are you kidding me? Blame to go around, Billy Napier. Really? Well, I just saddled up the horses. I found the blame, buddy. I'm looking at him. It's your incompetency. Florida drove down the field at the end of the game. They were going to survive and advance. They got a good field goal kicker. It was set up. It would have been a 39-yard field goal. And this guy, Billy Napier, who, by the way, has not signed a special teams coach, a coordinator, he can't – half the team runs on the field, half the team stays on the field, flag, back it up, 5, miss the field goal. Unacceptable. And then his answers, when he tries to answer for this, I'm just going to call it what it is, this utter stupidity. His answers leave you more frustrated than the scene when it played out. Yeah, Billy Napier is in so far over his head, he will never get above water. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Here and right now, okay, first things first, can I hear Billy Napier's explanation for the field goal?
You know, we have a scenario where we would run the field goal team on the field. There's no question that there was some confusion there. We're fortunate that we got away with that. So,
got away with it? You got a 5-yard penalty and your guy missed the field goal. A field goal that may well have been good from 39. You got away with it. He went on to say, you know who's in charge of all that communication? Getting the field goal team on and off? You know who? A player. I don't know what to tell you, man. Somebody come over here to the St. John's Golf and Country Club, bring a sword, shove it in my eye. This guy's, and by the way, too bad. You got old cowbell boy, Scotty Strickland down there, who couldn't run at the MAA, and he's running the University of Florida. This dude couldn't run Creeks Athletic Association, but he's got controls in the University of Florida. And this stooge has given you Billy Napier and Todd Golden. Holy manoli, are we even trying? Is anyone even trying? This guy Napier has lost his mind. A lot of blame to go around, he said. Oh, a lot of blame to go around. Huh. It's crazy. I don't see much blame to go around at all. As you wax your head before the game, I don't see any blame. The blame's real simple to me. It's you. You're single-handedly coaching and managing Florida out of victories. You can't run. You can't run a punt play without sending 2 guys with the same number on the field. You can't execute a field goal at the end of the game without having 27 guys on the field. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Period. End of story. No debate. There's nothing you can do. Florida's stuck with him for at least another year. This doesn't end well. If you keep him 7, he's going to go goofy on you. He's going to go rake off. And he's going to go 36-24 and have 1 year where he ties for the division lead. But, of course, the better team actually goes, goofy, as Spurrier used to call him. He tied Florida in the SEC East 1 year. He tied him 1 year. Well, then Georgia didn't go because, of course, they lost to Florida that year because they lost to Florida every year because, well, he's Ray Goff. Well, just like Florida lose to Georgia every year because, he's Billy Napier. Here's Billy Napier on his team's fight.
I feel for our players, right? Because I do think that in that game, I thought we competed. I thought our players played with effort. They prepared well, and we showed a lot of fight. We get down 14-0, and we have to fight our way back into that thing. We go to the locker room with a tie game at the half, and it was a
good Lord, man. Do y'all hear him? This guy has no clue. You just lost to the worst team in the league, a team that scored 3 points. You gave up 39. By the way, this new defensive coordinator, Austin Armstrong, young in touch. Last 2 games, 42 to Georgia, 39 to Arkansas. We got Baby Grantham running the sidelines down there. This guy, just hear him. He inspires pessimism. How about a little fire? You blew a winnable game. You've probably blown a ball. How in the world is Florida going to beat Missouri, LSU, or FSU? Are you kidding me? They'll lose every game by double digits. This clown couldn't coach a Pop Warner team. So anyway, he's lost the fan base, as well he should. Florida have to keep him around for at least another year. And now to the point. The only juice in the program right now, the only positive in the Florida program is the recruiting class. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All these commitments and all these 4 and 5 stars and this number 3 national recruiting ranking, if you look at the teams around those recruiting rankings, you know what they're doing? This is going to shock you. They're winning. They're good. Their coaches don't make just incredibly boneheaded, lack of control and insight decisions. So, yeah, just as you cannot compete with Georgia on the field, yeah, go compete with them on signing day there. Yeah, sure you are. Get up to the mic with that slow, southern, insipid drawl. And that's not even the Gator growl. Stay tuned for that. This is The Drill. We're live at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. Terrific day. Happy to be here in support of the Tristan Bailey Foundation. More on that as we move along. We've got Breakfast with Pacelli. We've got Josh Scobie going to join us. We'll take a trip around the NFL when we return with a football fix, some of the highs and lows from yesterday's schedule, a couple of Jag notes as when we come back as well, including now reports surfacing that if you think the Jags weren't trying to get a pass rusher at the trade deadline, apparently we're thinking wrong. Just who they called about, at least according to one of the national respected reporters, when we come back on the other side as well. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
There's a lot of blame to be spread out, and in this game in particular, I think we're going to look back at all parts of our team.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Opening night of the college basketball season, the Florida Gators 19.5-point home favorites at the O'Connell Center against Loyola of Maryland, 140.5 the total. UCF a 10-point home favorite against FIU, 139 the total in Orlando. College football Saturday, the Florida Gators are a 14-point dog at LSU, 63.5 the total at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Florida State laying 15 at home with Miami, the total 50 at Doak Campbell Stadium. UCF +2 at home with Oklahoma State. It's Georgia laying 11 at home with Ole Miss, 59 the total at Sanford State. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Feeling the chill as temperatures drop? Your home should be your warm haven. But what if it's not? Don't let the cold sneak in. Let Duck Duck Air Conditioning tackle the issue. Our expert techs will have your heating system up and running in no time. Go ahead, get your comfort back. Contact Duck Duck Air Conditioning at 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, where your comfort comes first, no matter the weather. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
Brackish Vodka, a Jacksonville-produced and distilled gluten-free corn-based vodka. This is the smoothest vodka you'll ever have. And because it's mineral salt filtered after being distilled 5 times, you'll get the smoothest vodka on the market. And it's made right here in Duval County. When you drink this gluten-free Brackish Vodka, you're supporting a local business and not just some business based out of Texas. Taste why 9 out of 10 people pick Brackish Vodka in the blind taste test. Drink like a local, drink like your boy. Drink Brackish Vodka. Come on, somebody.
Upgrade your home with a winning combination of style and performance with custom windows and patio doors. For a limited time, buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson. Proud to be the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Life's not complete without music. Friday, November 10th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill Mandarin, Julia Gulia takes the stage with unforgettable performances from the 90s, 2000s, and originals. It's not your average cover band. Players Grill Mandarin, where the neighborhood meets.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call State Farm agent Margie Williams in Jacksonville at 296-2500.
Big win for the Florida Gators.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report.
I'm Taylor Dahl, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, green for life.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
These fall months are the perfect time to make sure that your roof has not been damaged after the storm season. So schedule a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof replacement and repairs. Plus, there's flexible financing options available. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Frank Frangie here. This Thanksgiving, only at the Southern Steer Butcher website. For a limited time, order your never-frozen Amish-raised turkey. Raised with care, free from hormones, steroids, and artificial ingredients. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. We're happy to be out on location today. We're at the St. John's Golf and Country Club, where it's the Tristan Bailey Foundation's fundraiser today. I know Hick was part of the gala last night. We'll get you caught up to date on that over here. This is my neck of the woods, you know. I live out here, and listen, anytime a tragedy hits our community in general, anywhere in the 5-6 county area, it sticks with you. And this one is one that'll stick with everyone forever. So, you know, to spread some love and to try and turn something positive out of a terrible tragedy through some certainly very heartfelt moments. God bless. Happy to be out here today. We'll share more from this event with you as we move along here this morning. What an intriguing matchup at the quarterback position when the Niners come calling next week. Have we put this into perspective yet? You have the number one pick of the 2021 draft at quarterback, and the opposing quarterback is Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of a draft, each of whom, by the way, is playing at an all-star level. So I guess you can get them anywhere. Normally, you better get near the top. Just ask the Carolina Panthers, by the way, oh, my God, are they going to wear this one for a while? They are going to wear this one for a while, and it makes me think they should have been more in tune with apparently a call they got from the Jaguars in addition to a couple of other teams at the trade deadline because, yeah, this news is now trickling out. And it is that the Jags, yeah, apparently they did look for a pass rusher, like we knew they would, and I guess there could have even been some, frustration that they weren't aggressive enough. But if you think that they were just content going into the trade deadline trying to pick up a guard, I think again they did apparently call the Carolina Panthers about their pass rusher Brian Burns, a fantastic sack artist, played at FSU. According to Adam Schefter, The Panthers took calls on Brian Burns for the second straight year. The Bears and Niners, who ultimately got pass rushers from Washington, each expressed interest. And then the Jags, Falcons, and Ravens also reached out to the Panthers about Burns. You can't help but think that the Jags got shackled by this Calvin Ridley unknown as far as what the draft pick compensation is going to be, because you don't know yet if he's going to. There are parameters, and we've gone through this. I'm not going to restate them, but it can be either a second, third, or a fourth round pick depending on how Ridley's career plays out with the Jags. And because those are still up in the air, you're not allowed to use them for a trade. So they didn't have a second or third rounder to work on a deal with, say, or for, say, a Brian Burns. But the point I was going to make is, you know what? The Panthers, they should have traded any and every one they can. They have sabotaged their franchise. Gibby, strike up the band. We got a football fix. Because we'll start there, okay? There are mistakes that you can make as an NFL team that you can overcome. The Panthers once famously drafted Chris Winkie in round 1, and then the next year went and got Cam Newton. That worked out pretty well. Cam Newton at one point held the rookie passing record in a single game. Well, that mark fell yesterday, and this is where we circle back to the Panthers. Boy, did they blow it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, did they blow it. They blew it like the Bears blew it, taking Trubisky instead of Mahomes. That's how badly they blew it. And the Panthers are screwed. Let's track the Houston Texans record from this date forward, and let's track the Carolina Panthers record from this date forward. And then let's remember that the Panthers could have had C.J. Stroud, the prospect who, by a mile, is the best quarterback in the rookie class. It's not even close. None of them will ever catch him. Not Anthony Richardson, not Justin Fields, not anyone else. This dude is different. He's that guy. He is him. 475 touchdowns, a comeback defeat. This kid has 14 touchdowns and 1 pick. The Texans are 4-4 and will now be the Jags' biggest challenge and foil over the next, 5 to 10 years as Trevor takes root here and now C.J. Stroud takes root there. And by the way, the Houston Texans, outside of that, are out drafting teams like, I don't know, the Jaguars. You see these rookies that are contributing, man? You see what they're getting out of these cats? You see what Nico Collins is, a receiver they got a couple of years ago? They're homegrown, man. They're not having to go out and deal assets or spend a ton of money in free agency. And they got the guy. And shame on the Carolina Panthers, man. Y'all blew it. Panthers lost to the Colts yesterday. Who cares? But they could have had C.J. Stroud. They took Bryce Young. Over. That is over. Bryce Young's no good. He's not good enough for the NFL. I know he didn't have a great team. I know it's always dangerous to make these comments halfway through a rookie year. Yes, I'm that guy. He's little. He's slight. His arm isn't strong. And without Alabama talent against less than Alabama talent, he's not making great decisions. And see, yesterday, they're in the game in the fourth quarter. He threw just 2 terrible interceptions, also took a sack. And meanwhile, C.J. Stroud is ripping up the league. Boy, did the Panthers blow it. And by the way, best thing that ever happened to the Houston Texans was winning that game in Indy and falling out of the top pick. Best thing could happen to them. The word in Houston, and we've gotten this from our Houston reporters. We talked to one when they came to town. The word out of Houston is that they would have taken Bryce Young. So this isn't huge credit to the Texans, if indeed that's true, but it's a huge dart at the Panthers, who have blown it now. Their franchise is screwed. They're screwed. They're terrible. They're not getting any better without a quarterback, and now they're stuck trying to prove that this is the guy for who knows how many years. Meanwhile, it'll be the Texans and the Jags who battle for this division for the foreseeable future. We'll see what happens with Anthony Richardson. Perhaps the Colts will also rise up. Listen, I think Josh Dobbs is getting too much credit. Still a nice win. I mean, he came in a week. This guy's made his career doing this. He signs with these teams who are desperate for a quarterback. All the plays that he made yesterday were off schedule. And once he started scrambling and running, and you got to consider who is on the other side of the field. Those are the Atlanta Falcons. They are experts in blowing football games. They're experts in snatching victory or defeat from the jaws of victory. They did it again yesterday. And they had him sacked the game over, and they let him get away. But anyway, Dobbs and the Vikings win. Yawn. Deshaun Watson's solid. The Browns' defense better than that. They shut out the Cardinals yesterday. Rams are hurt and now going to limp their way to that season that everyone expected of double-digit losses. Packers get breathe some fresh air, finally get a win. Patriots are done. They're 2-7. Where will Bill Belichick coach next year? That's a question I'm starting to wonder. Saints beat the Bears at home. Still no Justin Fields. Ravens at home have been pretty unbeatable. This is 2 straight NFC quote-unquote powers they have absolutely demolished. They did it to the Lions last time out. Yesterday they beat the Seahawks 37-3. Our Raiders over the Giants, going to try and at least make that game attractive when they play Sunday Night Football against the against the Jets. Eagles over the Cowboys, and Bengals beat the Bills last night. Bills are in big, big trouble because they're not near as good as advertised. You know, a lot of times a really, really good team isn't playing good. We'll see the Bengals from earlier this year. But they had some promise to look for. You knew Joe Burrow was going to get healthy. What are you hanging your hat on if you're a Bills fan? What are you hanging your hat on that's going to get better, that's coming to help? You've lost the heart and soul of your defense, Matt Milano, not to mention Tre'Davious White, a tremendous corner. Your running game still isn't fixed. They threw a parade for James Cook was going to be the guy. Oh, no, he's not. You got no running game. You have a quarterback who has committed the most turnovers in the NFL since 2018. And you're losing to most of the good teams you play. The only one you've beaten is another team that can't beat good teams, and that's the Miami Dolphins, who we saved for last. Lost to the Chiefs yesterday. And what I take out of the game is this. Never mind Mahomes. You know what's really, really good? The Chiefs' defense. That's what's really, really good. And so now they are the only one-loss team in the AFC. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hick and Arrival and more come your way next. We are live at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. More on that as we move through this Monday morning as well. You are locked into 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
All great tailgate starts with 3 things.
I'm listening.
Fun, friends, and food.
That smells good. What is that?
Let 1010XL and Southern Steer Butcher beef up your tailgate.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Go to 1010XL.com now.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multifamily property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multifamily projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it work. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwood's the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwood's. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwood's, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing fall specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at JimersonFirm.com.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Arthritis is the most common cause of joint pain in America and affects more than 50 million adults. Dr. George Bari here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. For reliable diagnosis and comprehensive treatment options, come see me and the specialists at Bari Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. With more than 35 years of experience in orthopedics, our team delivers compassionate and dedicated care to relieve your pain. Set up a visit today by scheduling online or calling the office. Log on to BariOrthopedics.com with locations across Jacksonville.
Hey, hon, our new True Flame Grill from CSS is installed and ready to go.
I still can't believe what a great deal we got from CSS. They're always so good to us.
Well, they said the new True Flame Grills redefine value from premium craftsmanship. I mean, look at this thing. Multiple heat zone separators, stainless steel to withstand the weather.
A lifetime warranty and cool lighting so we can grill at night.
Okay, let's get cooking.
True Flame Grills. See them today at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. Arkansas completed a touchdown pass in overtime, and the Razorbacks shocked the Florida Gators Saturday at home. Head coach Billy Napier warned about the possibility.
I said prior to the game that I thought Arkansas had a better team than their record indicates.
Florida State, after outlasting an upset bid by the Pitt Panthers, it's an exciting time for the program, said head coach Mike Norvell.
Excited about how we played on the road up to this point. Like I said, some things we get to continue to clean up as we prep for what's ahead and our ACC schedule.
In the NFL, it was a tough Sunday for our in-state teams. The Miami Dolphins faced the Kansas City Chiefs in Frankfurt, Germany. The game was lost for the Dolphins when QB Tua Tagovailoa fell on an errant snap. Late-game heroics from the Houston Texans QB moved them past the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now at 7:07, 52 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller. More of the drill coming up next.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Why?
Yes,
Why? Sir! Certain level of decorum and
Happy
social
Monday!
situation.
Woo! Let's go!
So socially stunted.
Hello!
Why? And he keeps going.
Hello.
So unnecessary.
St. John's Golf and Country Club.
That's where we are.
Tristan Bailey Foundation.
That's
Golf
nice. It's
tournament.
nice. Nice to take a terrible tragedy, infuse it with some love, and try and at least as best you can make something good out of it. So,
And especially,
it was very sad. Hick, if you lived out here, dude, that was like a it was like you could feel. You know, sometimes you can feel emotions.
Yeah.
Like you can feel that out here in this neck.
It was like that last night, especially for the family took a very private and made it public for the good of the community
Correct.
and people.
Yeah.
That's what I
and that takes courage.
Yeah, and
faith
her
and
dad,
a lot of things.
Yeah, her dad Forrest, such a good dude and does a great job here. And I mean, again, they act like they're grateful for us just coming out here. I mean,
Come on.
easy.
The two big, and this does not go out to the other tragedies there have been involving kids and families and otherwise, because I know there have been other. But for my time here in Jacksonville, the two that have stood out, and probably just because of the age and how it went down, were the Maddie Clifton. Remember so many years ago, down in that kind of Bowles area, whatever university area where they lived.
Horrible.
And this one, and both just horrid, evil. There's evil in this world, man. You guard against it, and
they
as
raised
best you can.
They raised a lot of money last night, and they were terrific. And I'll say this: it was, and here's a side note. So they auctioned off. They had 2 items. They had and they call it choose. So they're auctioning both items, but you get to choose the one that you win.
Okay,
first.
I see.
Okay, and the items were a Travis Kelce signed Kansas City Chiefs helmet.
Okay.
Not the one that he had 14 catches against us in.
Hey, man, Travis Kelce is now back on my list after clearly if his
girl ain't there,
sugar plum ain't there, he's not going to try.
All right,
apparently.
so Kelce helmet and Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift framed signed picture with a CD in it.
Oh, good job for gathering some of this stuff, by the way. Those are 2 good pulls. With timeliness considered especially.
So, and it wasn't there's you've done a lot of the you go to the auctions and there's certain look, it was a good crowd and people were, but it's not like
if you're at some big,
it's not a $50,000
sure
item
certain things you do that are meant to promote like hospitals. Big hitters come in, they'll spend. I hear you.
So this is just a community.
Yeah,
so it's like
I hear you.
And so you got this one dude and this lady, and her lady's got her kids behind her, man, and she
wants that Taylor
Swift thing. I'm sure she's going to choose the Taylor Swift thing.
Okay.
And my man is just sitting there like. I mean, so her family's screaming, 2,200. Come on, mom! Come on, mom! And she'll at the last second she'll go 2,200. Everybody will cheer, and then he goes. I mean, as soon as she's doing it, he goes 23.
There's always that guy who it's no problem, and the rest.
So she's trying, and she's like, and somebody tells me. One of the people said, "Oh, she said she ain't leaving without that Taylor Swift thing, so she keeps going." But every time she toys with it, she's looking at her husband. The kids are behind her, cheering her on. 3,400, 3,500.
Wow!
And it just keeps going and go, and then she's cheering her on. Come on, Ma. 39. Okay, 39. 4,000. I mean, he ain't losing it, man. The dude ain't losing it.
I hope he wants the Kelce helmet, and everyone's a winner.
So that's what we're hoping, right?
Okay.
So finally sells to the dude for like, I don't know, $442, something like that, and takes Taylor Swift just like that.
That's what he wanted.
I'm sure it's for his daughter or whatever. So he takes Taylor Swift, so mom's defeated. So now we get to do the Kelce helmet. $1,000, it's gone. Swifty 42, Kelce 1,000.
That makes sense. That
tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's why the NFL has gleamed and grabbed and glommed onto her.
Well,
like they're glomming onto to games. Thank you to the games overseas.
I think that
it's the same
I
thing.
think that I have learned and figured that out. Like I'm like a lot. Like to me, Kelce would increase her brand. That's how silly I am.
No shot.
Travis Kelce's a bigger boy to me than Taylor Swift is a girl. But hey, that has certainly been. But I will. In fact, I got this one for you. Ready for this one? Since we're talking Taylor Swift.
Yes.
In the car Saturday morning on my way out to Fleming Island, I get a call from my daughter.
Yes.
who has now put me on a mission in which I have now fulfilled. First of all, you know how your kids are because of our industry, what we do. And so if they call and say, hey, can you get me tickets to a Gator game? You know, you pull some strings, you try, you can.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can even help them in some other stuff because you have an in. But, yeah, when your daughter says, yeah, can you call? Do you have any ins with Ticketmaster to help me get Taylor Swift tickets? No, baby, I don't have Taylor Swift influence. I'm sorry. But her and her husband, they've gone searching, and they found a Taylor Swift concert that has been added in, like, Vancouver, British Columbia next year. And the way these concerts work now, like if you go to a regular concert, you go on Ticketmaster, you buy your tickets, you put it to bed, and you're done.
Yep.
Well, with this Taylor Swift, that's not how it works. You got to enter to go into a drawing to have the ability to add tickets.
Yes.
So my daughter, mounted the forces all around her.
Yes.
And has had us all, or asked us all, to on Ticketmaster
to try to get in.
put in a request
if it
to get.
comes your way,
so right now in my phone, I have an official request for Taylor Swift tickets. In case you're wondering. So I thought what I'd do if it does come through, I'll say, well, Sarah, I'm sorry, but I kind of feel like this is a great opportunity for me to see Taylor.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I will not do that.
That would be fantastic.
That would actually be terrible, and it's the last thing in the world I would want to do is go to British Columbia to see Taylor Swift. No interest, although apparently she's kind of a big deal.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And she
who's not a big deal?
She is raking it in.
Yeah.
I mean, raking in billions.
You know who wasn't raking in anything yesterday? Your boy Travis Kelce. So maybe he can try next week again because I have a fantasy team. Another win, by the way. That's 5 in a row. Ever since I mushed it and said I'm quitting, apparently I'm going to play myself right back into interest level.
You did.
Yeah.
You mushed it big time.
Yeah.
All right, so
reverse mush.
Whatever this test is that C.J. Stroud failed needs to be eradicated from the annals of NFL draftdom.
If that is really what caused him to
first
of all, he didn't slip that far. He slipped to number 2.
Understood. But it was what was it, like the S2
I can't remember.
or something like
something
that?
Silly.
It's a joke.
Of course.
That test needs to go because he did terribly poorly on it, and they all said this is an indicator. We're always searching for that one indicator. There is no one indicator. My God, he was great.
As you watch him too, Hick, his size and his arm strength should have been your indicator.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's not just that Carolina picked the wrong guy. They should have taken Stroud. Bryce Young is not going to be able to play in the NFL.
But wasn't the S2 thing supposed to determine the cognitive, where the ball goes type
something
thing?
like that? This guy makes every right decision. But again, there's also a second wave of this.
Yeah.
Bryce Young isn't going to be in the league, or he'll be a clipboard. He's not NFL material. He's not big enough. His arm's not strong enough. He doesn't make great enough decisions. And he plays for a dog-eared organization who took him instead of Stroud.
That's the owner's fault, apparently.
Yeah.
Because the owner was the one who pulled the trigger. Again, there's video of if I was a Carolina sportscaster, I'd play that video every day. There's video of Dadgum McCown telling him, well, when you come to Charlotte, you have to put a cord in your house because I like to play hoops. And so and apparently the owner, from what I've read, overrode and said, no, we're taking Bryce Young. And look, I'm not.
But remember, we also heard from the Houston guy when they were in town that the Texans were going to take Young.
Oh, yeah, it worked out for the Texans. So, yeah, we can't go give the Texans a whole lot of credit there. But he was – and my point is this. Look, he was terrific. He's in a better spot than Trevor was in year one. I'm absolutely gleeful to have – people always like to say, oh, so you'd rather have him than Trevor. That's what always becomes on social media. There's a Trevor versus – and in fact, recency bias, I did this just as an experiment because I knew what the results would be. But I asked our one-to-one financial poll question of the day. Let me get to it here momentarily.
What's most of them
is simply this. Which franchise will challenge Trevor and the Jags for AFC South supremacy over the next decade? Houston, Tennessee, or Indy?
Houston.
And I put Houston, Stroud, Tennessee, Levis, Indy, Richardson, which is interesting, by the way, because, again, it's early, but Levis looks good to me, not so much to you. Richardson's going to be it. They're all their guys now for the next 5 years.
Stroud is so much better than those two dudes.
847 votes, 92%. It's the greatest walk-off in one-to-one financial poll question history, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree 100%. I mean, that doesn't mean Anthony Richardson and Will Levis can't be good.
Right.
Stroud is better than those dudes.
Right.
Stroud's been better than Anthony Richardson his whole life. He was better than him in college, and he's certainly better than him now. Okay? This dude is the real deal. And he's a passer, too, boy.
Uh-huh.
You're not getting some, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, this guy is the deal. He's the deal. He's got 14. This guy's a rookie. He's got 1 turnover, Hick.
Oh, yeah, he's been terrific.
We're 8 games in. This guy's got 1 pick.
Plus he let him down the field in 40 seconds.
And by the way, Houston is drafting better than Jacksonville. They're going to catch us.
Yeah.
Dell and Collins, these guys that they've taken, these guys are players. They're not Parker Washington.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But, yeah, definitely will be listen, that win yesterday tells you the division ain't over. The division ain't over.
Don't the Jags go there after the Niners game? Is that our next game?
No.
It's
we
not.
We go home, Tennessee.
Okay. And then?
We got San Fran and Tennessee coming up.
Gotcha.
Which is fun, and Houston goes to Cincinnati.
Okay.
And takes on Smoke.
I'm not worried about Houston catching us this year, but I tell you what, this division's a two-team fight starting next year.
Well,
those guys are good. The coach is good.
I don't know, bro. We got three tough games coming up, and Houston's not playing our schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We got
win
San
game.
Fran, Cincinnati, Baltimore.
I get that.
We need to go 2-1 in those games and keep it rolling.
Got to beat Houston. If you
Baltimore
beat Houston,
looks
you win
good.
the division.
Cincinnati looks good. It's going to be, and we want to win as many as we can because we want to have the best position available. Because Joe Burrow looks terrific again. He's back. He's fine. He's 100%. So all these teams. You kind of got to – it's kind of if you're ranking them today, we had 4 teams at 6-2 while Miami lost. It's kind of time until Miami beats a good team, you kind of got to take Miami out of there and shove Cincinnati in there, quite frankly, as one of the 4 to me. I mean, if Cincinnati and Miami were playing right now, I'd take Cincinnati in a second.
I would too. But the team that I've been trying to tell you, and no one will listen to me, the team that's done, that's been done, that's cooked, is that Buffalo Bills team that lost last night.
Yeah, they had a tough schedule.
You know why? And that's what we said will do it. Those dudes got to go back-to-back at Chiefs, at Eagles in the coming weeks. Yeah. They're going to lose. They're going to go 8-9.
Oh.
Here's the problem with Buffalo. There's nothing to hang your hat on to get better. Like there's nothing like the Bengals. Burrow's going to get better, right?
Yeah.
The Bills have no hope. Like there's no element of their team that's going to catch up and get better. And I don't know how weird it is. Matt Milano cost him the season. I mean, him getting
one
injured.
guy should never cost you.
But I think it did. Yeah. I do. I think that they would be
6-3
right now instead of 5-4.
Buffalo's going to right the ship.
I don't know how, Hick. I don't know why you think that.
Because it's the NFL and that's what happens.
But they're not good.
Well, I don't think they're not. I don't think they're terrible.
They lost to the Jets and the Patriots. They lost to the Patriots, Dan. They lost to the Patriots.
My Dallas Cowboys were on the 6-yard line, about to go in and give me a 5-0 5-pack.
That's a shame because I had the Eagles.
Oh, my Dallas Cowboys were right there. Rodeo Ron, a pox on you, a pox on Dak, and then you play such good football, and you're gonna do it, and then you just totally poop on yourself.
Yeah.
Like you go off sides and then you get sacked, Dak.
In fairness, the Eagles did it to let them get there. They 3 penalties, got the whole field.
At the 6-yard line.
Yeah.
About to steal it.
Yeah.
About to steal it.
And there was also this that also caught you. Him stepping. Were you?
Yeah, I saw. I didn't see the game.
That kept me the push. Because he scrambles in. It was going to because the Eagles were giving 3.
Come on.
Yeah.
No.
I needed that. 3 and 2 in the 5-pack. Cat went 2 and 3. You went 4 and 1. So Cat and I pulled into a tie for last.
Yes.
And you're right. Until you get 10, 15, 20 games ahead of the other guys, it can happen quick. Plus 9, plus 2 is closer than it sounds.
It is.
Because if one goes 4 and 1, the other
bad
goes
week.
1 and 4.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, we're warming up again. We are at the St. John's County Golf Club.
St. John's Golf and Country Club.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The SJC over here. I'm not familiar with it.
There is a St. John's County golf course. That's why I wanted to make sure.
So it's good to be here. It's the Tristan Bailey golf tournament, raising money for her foundation. They raised a lot of money last night. Today they have golf. It's all day affair, by the way. The golf in the morning. You can bring your family out here this afternoon. They got cornhole tournaments, lots of entertainment, fun stuff going on as well. So you can make your way out here if you would like, or you're looking for something to do this afternoon with your fam. Be pretty cool. We're just here in support.
Well, we got a lot of NFL to talk about. We've got Breakfast with Baselli. Josh Scobie's going to join us at 9 o'clock. He's got something going on.
All right.
When we come back on the other side, let's delve into the college football world and outside of the utter incompetence that Scott Strickland has saddled Gator Nation with. a loser of a coach who will never, ever get it done, and we'll just suffer along with him until he's ultimately relieved of his duties. I mean, we're 20-something games into a coaching career. This dude can't get special teams on and off the field. Utter incompetence in Gainesville, which is – but I have, Dan, I've never come up with a more like comparison in my life.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Like, you know how you say this dude is that guy?
Yeah.
We say it about players. I know exactly who Billy Napier is and exactly how it ends if you let this string play out longer than it needs to.
Well, we'll do that
and more college football. Yeah. More college football. Some other interesting percolations from the weekend that was as well. So it's the Monday Morning Quarterback. As Hick said, we are live at the St. John's Golf and Country Club, and we'll return with more next here on 1010XL.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
You want to know why the NFL referees are throwing flags when you touch the quarterback? Go look at yesterday's lineup of QBs across this great land of ours, and that will give you your answer, okay? From Josh Dobbs, which is a great story, but nonetheless on his 48th team, traded again for a 5th-round pick, I'm sure, to Clayton Cartoon, or Clayton, I play like Looney Tunes. You can name 9 of the 14 games yesterday had quarterbacks who have no long-term future. And it's due to injuries, and it's due to protecting him. And that's why if a defensive lineman or tackle or linebacker blasts a quarterback, the flags are flying. It's that simple. It's the way it's going to be.
Are you looking to make a move? Whether you're buying your first home or your forever home, at Ameris Bank, we'll help you get the keys in your hand. Our local mortgage bankers will guide you through the process, from choosing the right loan to closing on your new home, and everything in between. We even offer down payment and closing cost assistance to eligible first-time homebuyers. Visit amerisbank.com/mortgage to learn more and find a mortgage banker near you. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Are you looking to maintain your cool? Look no further than Lloyd's Heating and Air. At Lloyd's Heating and Air, your go-to experts for all things HVAC. Whether you're building a new home, need a brand new AC installation, or just want to make sure your current system is running at peak performance, with a maintenance plan, we've got you covered. Our skilled team specializes in new construction HVAC, making sure your home or business is comfortable from the moment you step inside. LloydsHeatingandAir.com. CMC 1249834.
Hey, Hick here with a message from Zero Res. You just got to love this time of the year. We reflect on the things that matter most. You families, your homes, this great land in which we live. Zero Res has been blessed to serve our community for more than 18 years. They're very grateful for all the good people of Jacksonville. They want to thank you. Let them help you get ready for the holidays. Book today, and Zero Res will clean those carpets for only $49 a room. Plus, they'll give you 25% off your tile cleaning. Woo! It's a nice saving on both carpet and tile. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward, spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with WonderWorld, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WonderWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WonderWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WonderWorld, and to top it off, WonderWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WonderWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Looking for the best deal on your next set of tires? Tire Outlet never falls flat. We offer the best selection, best quality, and the best prices on tires so that you can find the right ones for your vehicle. And with over 40 years of experience, 15 locations across Florida, and a legendary price match guarantee, you can trust that your vehicle is in great hands. Our skilled technicians are ready to maintain and repair your vehicle to keep it operating its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Tire Outlet.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe you got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Did you know the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid has an onboard system that charges to battery so you never have to plug it in? When you think Honda, you think quality, value, safety. Now think hybrid. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the car of tomorrow today.
Be here and be loud as the Jaguars take on the Tennessee Titans Sunday, November 19th. Be at the bank for this divisional rivalry when Trevor Lawrence leads the team in an exciting matchup. Plus, join us as we celebrate Salute to Service and honor our military all game day long. Seats may be sold out, but a limited number of standing room only tickets are still available, so don't miss your chance to be there. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 now.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Football is in full force. We're having so much fun with our friends from MyBookie. Again, sign up for a free account. Use promo code 1010XL. They're going to give you a welcome bonus up to $1,000. It's a phenomenal offer to get you started with a fantastic website. The MyBookie Casino is first rate as well. Again, use promo code 1010XL. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Hey, Jags fans, are you tired of roof leaks raining on your parade? Don't worry, Universal Roof and Contracting has got you covered. Their expert team of roofers will get your roof back in the game so you can focus on cheering on the Jags. Locally owned and operated, they've serviced Florida homeowners for over 30 years. Visit universalroof.com to schedule your free estimate today. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
All right, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. Gibby, do we have a prize pack assigned for the week?
Yes, we do. We got a pretty good one, as always. It's a pair of tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish live at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, September 27th, 2024. So plan ahead next year.
You bring the Blowfish and you move over to VyStar. Is that what happens?
Because I saw Hootie. Or I saw Darius Rucker at Daly's place. I don't know, a few months back. So.
I like it. Will he do his own hits? Will he do Wagon Wheel? Everybody wants to know. Will you perform Wagon Wheel? We're at the St. John's.
I saw Hootie in the Blowfish once. Hick, I went up for doing some freelance work for Comcast Sports Southeast back in the day. He does a big college tournament up in the Low Country, they call it, and
Low Country.
And the band performed there.
Yeah, St. John's Country Club hanging out here today for the Tristan Bailey golf tournament. So we will be here throughout the morning just lending our support. And, again, if you want to come out this afternoon, you can. Lots of family activities and family fun.
I asked Gibby a question earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
And usually we have at least some lean at this point. I mean, you're going to fire because this is how we roll. You're going to say this is lean, and I'm going to say you're crazy. That's not a lean. And then you're going to but I'll just ask you a simple question. Who's the MVP in the NFL right now? Right.
The NFL MVP.
I don't know if we've been this late where there's not at least a leader. There's no leader. You can't convince me there's a leader. There's nobody who has stood above the rest of the league, and we often have that guy by now, you know? I think it's there for the taking.
You know, I would have kind of thrown out like a couple different names like Cheetah, but he didn't do much yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's week to week, but yeah, you're right. There's no leader.
Right, and it seems like
I think it's
wide
open.
What about what about A.J. Brown?
Yeah, that's another good guy. Did he have 125 again yesterday?
No. But he had a good day, but not that
touchdown.
many.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. There's a bunch of guys.
Receivers never won MVP.
Well, it's time. It's an important position. It's time.
I agree. Don't disagree. I think what happens if you have a receiver good enough to win MVP is quarterback getting all the credit and the
That's
numbers.
what usually.
But I heard people say Lamar Jackson. No, he's not. It's not like he leads the league in completion percentage. But I get the feeling that completion percentage is now a dumbed down stat that they don't care about as much as they used to.
No.
You know, it's kind of like baseball, how they don't care about. Give me a big hit.
My one criticism, and it crossed my mind Saturday as I watched my beloved Gators playing.
You only had one criticism?
Well, my one criticism of our quarterback, who has played very well, and we have peed away a wonderful quarterbacking season from a guy who's got 17 touchdowns, 2 picks, thrown for 2,400 yards, 73%. But my one criticism is he holds the ball too long sometimes.
Yeah, he does. He took some sacks.
And so in my mind, I'm wondering, dude, are you doing that because you don't want to throw it away, bro? Throw it away. And I don't think he does.
Yeah.
But but it did cross my mind, is what I'm saying. But yeah, we've wasted a great season. They score a quarterback play. He hung 36 on Arkansas. I knew this. I saw this coming from a mile away. It was such an important. Napier had to understand how important it was for him because I knew what the reaction of the fan base was going to be, and rightfully so. I mean, you can't listen. There's a lot of Billy Napier supporters, and even they will tell you cannot lose at home to the HOGS Arkansas Razorbacks, especially this year's edition.
Well, I was going to say, we need to clarify here. We shouldn't demean Arkansas to the point they're not. I know you're not.
They had wins over Kent State and some other.
No FBS wins.
Yeah.
Their offense, you ready? Dead last in the SEC,
Yeah.
barely 300 a game. They scored 3 points against Mississippi State.
Right.
You let these jokers go up and down the field like it was easy. They scored
Yeah.
39.
Yeah.
So Austin Armstrong, you know who he is? He's baby Grantham. He ain't no better than he is.
Well, I will say, you got to keep the facts real and say what occurred. And there's not many excuses, but when you are young and then you're missing Sapp, Banks, Shamar James, that's 3 guys who are key contributors to the defense. That doesn't help. It was a weird day in that the defense had the most sacks they've had this season. But the frustrating thing to me, if I went back and watched the last 2 plays before the touchdown, I felt like
Quit
there was
a little?
quit in that
Could be
team.
tired.
I felt like they were tackling like a high school team. Nobody was striking anymore. They were just reaching and grabbing, and everybody in the stadium, but apparently our defensive coordinator knew that KJ Jefferson, they had decided, okay, look, KJ, you got to run. If you run, we can. That's their. They got nothing.
It's the
they're
Josh
not
Dobbs.
accounting for it.
Same thing happened in Atlanta yesterday. I watched teams I favor
Yes.
lose the exact
Yes.
same way, both of them.
But so again, KJ Jefferson in the overtime after they got a penalty, took off and ran for a first down, 20 yards up the middle. It's unacceptable. And then the next play, they're down to the 3, and then they score, and that's the ball game. And I knew Florida when they missed the kick, and the reason they missed the kick
It's because Billy Napier's incompetent.
is because of some stupidity that he will not fix. That's what's maddening. Okay, you're Mr. Organization.
No, he's not.
You see that this doesn't work.
This guy's a
you
grifter,
must
dude.
fix
This guy's
and
a
address
fraud.
the situation, and he will not fix the special teams.
Dude's a fraud. He's not a malicious
He will
fraud.
not fix it, and I don't understand why.
He's not malicious,
and
but
that
he's a
does
fraud.
not bode well for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
going forward.
yeah.
When you're running out the kicking team and your quarterback is like,
He's
what
a
in the
fraud.
hell are we doing?
He's a fraud.
Are we doing?
You know, you understand who makes that decision on the sideline?
Yeah, a player.
A player. He doesn't even have a special teams coordinator.
I don't know
this
why.
This guy's a fraud.
I
I
don't
know
know
why.
how that is.
Because he's I don't know,
it's
man.
not working.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
It was
total fraud.
Again,
Terrible coach.
I laid out a
terrible coach.
Billy, if you just listen to the show, I laid out
Yeah.
a plan for success
Terrible coach.
before the South Carolina game. 1 win in Columbia, either place. Check. You beat the Gamecocks.
Yeah, whatever.
One win against the 4
yeah,
rivals.
whatever.
You lost to Georgia.
It's over,
Must
Nick.
beat Arkansas.
It's over.
You did not beat
Hopefully
Arkansas.
one thing won't happen. You know the answer to this question. I'm setting it up for the audience. Okay? Indulge me a quick game of who am I? Because I've got a sad, spot-on, 1,000% accurate comparison for Billy Napier. I can tell you exactly who Billy Napier is.
Yeah, I don't necessarily.
I don't care.
No, you don't care.
Who am I?
Yeah. Who
As
am I?
head coach of an SEC East power,
Yeah.
I stayed 7 years. I went 6-6, 4-7, 9-3, 10-2, but didn't win the division.
Yeah.
5-6, 6-4-1, 6-6. Ultimately fired after 7 years at 46, 34-1.
Yeah.
The program worse than when I took it over. Who am I?
You're Ray Goff.
Yeah, that's who Billy Napier is, Dan. He's
Well,
Ray Goff, except that he didn't play at Florida.
I'll
He's
say this.
goofy.
Be careful what you wish for, because every time we've made a coaching change, we've gotten worse, and now we're in the abyss and we can't climb out. And now I got a coach who's 11-11, and now I got we brought in Butters, and he wasn't good enough, and then we brought in Mullen, and he wasn't good enough, and now we brought in Napier, and he's not good enough. And this is what happens, man. And it just keeps circling, and we're going.
I got to
down
listen
the
to this
drain.
guy in that Georgia backcountry drawl.
Yeah.
Tell me there's blame to spread around.
Yeah.
Telling me his team fought.
Yeah.
You fought?
Yeah, we fought.
You played the worst team in the league, you dolt.
We fought a little bit.
We fought.
No, we fought.
No, we fought your stupidity. We do it for 60 minutes a game, Billy boy.
The problem
You
is
can't get guys on and off the field. Yeah. He's goofy. He's Ray Goff. If he stays 7 years, he will leave with that record. He'll throw 110 win lucky, but he won't win the division at you.
Yeah.
He's terrible. And as long as he's there, we're going to be unfulfilled and frustrated.
I know this. The bet is I've lost the bet to Bubba.
Oh no.
Because we're not beating whether Jaden Daniels.
No, they're going 5-7 and missing the ball.
Thanks for giving us a TV. Thank you for the nighttime in Death Valley. That should go well.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Put him on CBS at 3:30?
No, put us on at noon.
Well, we're
so-
a joke, dude. I may not watch the
So
LSU
we
game.
got-
They're going to beat them 60-3.
So we got that. We then have Columbia, where Missouri's a good team. They're going to beat us to death. And then we'll wrap with FSU, where maybe we'll show some fight. But Jordan Travis is not going to allow his team to lose.
Well,
another
remember how
season.
much better we were in the swamp.
We
man.
might hang around for.
We
and
let
that's the other
Arkansas.
thing. We lost Swamp Magic. Too,
Yeah, we
which
lost
is
to
another
Arkansas. Arkansas is terrible. You let the worst offense in the league score 39 points, dude.
This is what happens.
Don't
now
tell
that-
me you got 3 defenders missing. They're the worst offense in the league.
I'm going to tell you we had 3 defenders.
That doesn't
missing.
matter. You
It
got
does
depth. The
matter.
University of Florida, Dan.
We're not the University of Florida,
You're-
Jeff.
yes, they've been
No, we're
recruiting in the
not.
top
We haven't
20.
been for years,
No.
and we only get
No.
these ratings because we're the
It's
University
not
of
enough.
Florida.
Losing those 3 guys is not enough to let the worst offense in the SEC
It's not
score
enough,
39.
but it's a point. I mean, you can sit here. It's real easy to sit there and just pile on when they lose and sit there
not
when they
piling
win.
on.
I mean,
They've given up 42-39.
There's nothing you can do. Listen,
That
then
game was
fire
so
him.
winnable.
Then fire
I'm
him.
not- it's not my choice. I would.
Make the change.
I would. I
Fire
can't.
him.
That's not me that can do that. That's not my choice.
Rally the boosters around.
The game
There's
the other
somebody
day
who can
was
write that
won.
check for $27
Won
million.
5 times and
Get
he
rid
lost
of them.
it.
Go get another coach.
Okay.
We'll sit here. We'll get optimistic and we'll watch Scott Strickland bringing another guy who's going to not let us do anything.
I don't know.
We'll be stuck in mediocrity.
Those points are separate. Those points are separate.
There
was not enough personnel loss by this football team to give up 39 to the worst offense at home. There's just not. You can say there is.
Yeah.
There's not.
641-1010 right now is the number to call if you want to go see
Dang
Darius
it, man.
Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish
Sure.
next September, I think it is.
Yeah.
We had Creed last week for September.
Shout out to Ox, by the way.
We're big in September.
I'm not social media, but when someone does something on social media, they forward it to me. Did you see Ox's Facebook post?
No.
The Gators wore these ridiculous black uniforms. Another Napier creation. Let's do Harry High School in the middle of a losing season. So they wear the black uniforms, and then on the back they went with that. You put integrity, honesty, fight.
Yeah.
And then so Ox put a post up, and it showed the uniform from the front, and on the back the nameplate said atrocious.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
I don't think Ox made that. I think Ox.
No, I'm saying he
redid
posted
that.
it. I don't know
Yes.
if he made it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say he made
if
it.
If he did, though, congratulations.
No, but he
Well
posted
done.
it, apparently. This
All
comes
right, be kind, be courteous. Gibby will hand you those
no,
tickets.
Don't do either of those.
We got
Pretend
Tony
Gibby's Billy Napier. Let him have it.
Bring it on. Tony Vaselli coming up at the top of the hour. We'll talk some Jag football. San Francisco coming to town this week. Should be fun.
Should be a big one.
That and more coming up on The Drill.
What are you talking about?
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Nimnick Buick GMC. Proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, FLA. You want to know why? Because they're all about you, the customer, right? They go above and beyond. You want an oil change from the comfort of your living room? Nimnick Buick GMC now offers mobile oil changes across all Jacksonville communities. Nimnick will come to your home, your office, change your oil and filters, rotate your tires, top off your fluids, and even change your wiper blades or replace your battery. How about that? Never sit in the service waiting room again. Book now online and see how easy vehicle maintenance can be at NimnickBuickGMC.com. They're there for you, even on Sundays. Nimnick Buick GMC understands the weekends might be the only time you have available. That's why they're open Saturdays 9 to 7 and Sundays 11 to 5. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway or shop online 24/7 at NimnickBuickGMC.com. In the business for 82 years, your friends in the car business since 1941. Nimnick, we are professional grade GMC.
He graduated from JU and has his PhD in Jags.
Exactly what are you a doctor of?
Mike DeRocco is ESPN's Jaguar reporter, and we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Get into your comfort zone career at AC Designs. We're hiring certified HVAC technicians and offering up to $2,000 in sign-on bonuses, paid time off, and paid holidays. Voted Jacksonville's best AC and heating company. We're the family-owned business you can call home. Join our team with paid health benefits, 401k matching, competitive pay, and more. Apply online at acdesignsinc.net/careers.
So I have been in the operating room most of my career, watching people have orthopedic surgery, watching people get knees replaced, hips replaced, shoulders fixed, and I knew there had to be a better way.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain relief.
I see so many people who could have been helped before they got to the operating room if only they had known about regenerative medicine.
QC Kinetics, a natural alternative that uses your body's own healing properties to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue, providing long-lasting relief without drugs, surgery, or downtime.
Well, it feels great when I do get to see somebody who we help, who I know I kept out of the operating room. It's amazing how we change people's lives without surgery.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
In this moment, Ice Nine Kills, Kiss of Death Tour, special guests Avatar and New Year's Day. Friday, November 17th, Daly's Place. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. In this moment, Ice Nine Kills. Live in concert.
Denny Thompson here. Are you a home builder looking for a reliable low-voltage partner? Look no further than Tyson Sound & Security. They've been working hard with large and small builders for 15 years. Here's why they are the top choice. They will enhance your home buyer's home experience by offering custom home design appointments, and your budget stays intact while they deliver top quality services. Builders, send your plans over today to bid. Tyson Sound and Security, security and home automation experts.
November is Men's Health Awareness Month, and Ackerman Urology is here for all your prostate and urological needs. Don't delay in getting screened. Call their new World Golf Village office and see an expert today. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Post-Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Pick it here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
Tailgating is back. But if you're like most of us, your grill is probably a filthy, greasy mess. Trust Grill SOS Barbecue Grill Cleaning Service to make sure your grill is squeaky clean for the fall grilling season. Schedule your grill cleaning now at grillsos.com.
Frank Frangie here. This Thanksgiving, only at the Southern Steer Butcher website. For a limited time, order your never-frozen Amish-raised turkey. Raised with care, free from hormones, steroids, and artificial ingredients. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying. They can also signal a major problem or electrical emergency. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
888-8-SPARKY.
Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Is your vehicle in need of some TLC? Bring it to the experts at Tire Outlet. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust. Our certified technicians do the job right to get you in and out in no time flat. Hurry in for great deals on tires and auto services. We offer free tire rotations, free brake inspections, rebate offers on brand name tires, and a legendary price match guarantee on every set of brand new tires. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjax.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Don't look for Jag head coach Doug Peterson to take over play calling duties in the second half of the season.
My best as far as a leader, as far as the head coach, being able to control the football game and manage the game and do different things has been a lot better for me.
Jaguar grades at the bye week, according to most NFL experts, has the defense, special teams earning high marks. The Jaguars loom as a legitimate AFC threat to the Chiefs and others if the offensive unit can find a higher gear like it did in the second half of 2022. Jaguar running back Travis Etienne has stayed focused on the break and has tuned out the chatter.
We just try not to hear the outside noise. Just understand that if we don't win games, nobody will talk about it.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, we're back. You're darn right we're back. We're at St. John's Golf Country Club hanging out.
Short segment here. We got Baselli coming up next. Breakfast with Baselli, and the Jags will get started again. I guess we learn now with some documented reports as the dust settles from the trade deadline that the Jags are a little more active than they just publicly announced and did make calls on Brian Burns in particular.
Well, that's good.
But the problem is, that what's the word I'm looking for? Like not knowing how the Calvin Ridley trade compensation is going to work, I think handcuffed them. I think if they had straight up second, third, and fourth, we might be telling a different story here this morning. But they could not use those draft picks to get what they wanted.
I'd give up a number one for Brian Burns tomorrow.
Well, if you're going to sign him, I would, I guess.
Well, I'd franchise him if I have to. I'd sign Josh Allen, and I go from there.
I don't think Burns is even a free agent. I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't know what his situation is.
I don't think like those other dudes at Washington were going to be free agents. So
I don't know.
That would be more of a rental. But
that's a guy
I don't disagree with you, especially if your pick's going to be 28 or 29.
30. 2 is
Well,
what I'm planning on.
If
but
you win
yeah.
the Super Bowl, that'll happen. And
I watched a lot of yesterday because of Jags.
We're in the wrong conference, by the way. Our conference is so loaded with good teams.
Yeah, it's going to be a crapshoot.
That's going to be a great playoff because, honestly, there's 6 or 7 teams. Any of them can beat any of them. And
Yeah.
Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, to an extent, Miami and Buffalo. These are really good teams.
I will say this, and after, again, Mahomes is just a dog. He is a dog, and I say that as complimentary. And
he wasn't that great yesterday.
He wasn't, and that's what. But what I love about him is like, you know, he got interviewed afterwards, and our defense won this game. We're gonna figure out, but I'm telling you, we're gonna figure out this offense, and when we do, we're gonna be a tough out. And now they've beaten Jacksonville and they've beaten Miami, and they're winning those games that matter at the end. They understand the importance of, like, at Denver, whatever, man. We lost a game. It's not the end of the. We're gonna lose. Teams are gonna lose games, right? I don't think anybody's going 15-2 in the AFC.
That's too
but
tough.
13-4 is kind of where you're looking if you want to be a 1 seed.
I think the 1 seed this year, because of what we're talking about, I don't want Baltimore to be the 1 seed at home.
No.
They are beating the brakes off of teams.
They look good right now. They're in a good.
I think, to be honest with you, of all the places, I think Kansas City's home field scares me the least because I've seen them lose there through the years.
Yeah.
Even the Jags were competitive there. I think if
you
you go to a hotbed like Baltimore where they're –
I am not impressed with those receivers at all, and the Dolphins did a smart thing. Well, now the Dolphins can because they have Xavier Howard and Jalen now.
Yeah.
So they can take away so they take away Kelsey, which is what everyone should do. And make those other receivers. I just don't
they
know
threw
how
the
good
ball.
they are.
Again, this is somewhat biased because Kelsey is the anchor of my fantasy football team. But
Yeah.
just that aside, I don't believe that the Dolphins took away Kelsey. I think the Chiefs allowed them to just use him as a decoy for a game because no one is taking him away. I'm to believe now that the Miami Dolphins, who gave up 48 to the Bills, are the defensive wizards of the National Football League. I think the Chiefs were content to let Miami think they were taking away Kelsey
You
and
know
then
the
throw it
defense
to everyone
coordinator
else.
is in Miami.
I do. It's I just saw it.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, Fangio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think on that particular day,
I hear
that's
you.
what their plan was.
Well, and maybe
and they
it was.
executed it.
Here's what I
and
left.
it worked.
Here's what I left with.
Uh-huh.
I left that game thinking that the Chiefs threw the ball way too many times to guys not named Kelsey.
The other thing, my other observation, I get this now in the NFL, and you mentioned Josh Dobbs, and I'll mention Patrick Mahomes. And if you watched Alabama LSU the other night, I mean, the athletic quarterback. That's why these
breaks your spirit.
That's why everybody wants these athletic quarterbacks. I mean, Jaden Daniels ran for 165 yards. Jalen Milroe scored 4 touchdowns.
Especially in the college game.
I mean, these guys. Well, Dobbs won that game.
Yeah, I know.
Listen. Josh Dobbs is a great story, but don't kid yourself. He's no good.
No,
or he'd be a quarterback in the NFL.
No, the thing
he's not one of 32.
He's getting way too much credit for yesterday. Yesterday was tailor-made for Josh Dobbs. He's always joining a team on 5 minutes' notice, and the whole game changed when he just went off schedule.
Right.
Just go run around and try and win us a game.
The first 2 plays he made, he threw a pick or he got sacked for a safety.
Listen, Josh Dobbs won that game because who the opponent was.
It's the Falcons.
I mean, they just Atlanta everything, bro. And my poor son, I just feel so sorry for him. He's got the NFL ticket, and it's like he said, if you're an Atlanta fan, you watch the same loss every week.
Yeah.
It's the same loss every week.
I picked them in my pool, and they let me down, so I miffed at them. I blame you.
What I take from the AFC is this, or from the NFL is this. The AFC playoffs are going to be and again, things can change in these last 2 months. But it may be the biggest gauntlet in playoff history. I mean, you got a lot of teams right now with three or 2 losses.
Well, the one thing the Jags absolutely must do, and I kind of hate having the bye because we had such great momentum, you know?
Yeah. But so the Niners have a bye, but they needed the bye. They had lost 3 in a row.
But the one thing we absolutely must do is win the division. We cannot slip up.
No.
We cannot let anybody get back.
And they should be able to.
Well, again, if Houston goes and upsets Cincinnati and we lose to
San
Francisco,
sold on
we got
you.
a 1-game lead.
I think we do need to remember this.
Yeah.
And that was a great comeback. And I was Tampa, dude. I mean, Houston's going to have game. Like, Houston goes to Cincinnati next week.
Yeah.
Okay, hello 4-5.
Yeah.
I don't think Stroud's great.
Yeah.
You know, they have some nice ones, especially at home. They lost to Carolina last week.
Yep.
So Houston
it's a long season.
Is going to be around 500.
Everybody has highs and lows. Everybody.
They're too young. They're not ready to do more than 500.
Everybody has bumps and bruises.
And
so.
500 would be awesome for them. Do you have any? Is this piling on, or do you have any reservations about Caleb Williams running your NFL team?
I have no reservations. I think there was a lot of nonsense. I think we tried to. I think everybody's got to state a dadgum opinion about every little movement a guy makes, and when you're on top, all we want to do is tear you down, and we look for things to tear you down. The guy's an unbelievable talent. He went up and he cried with his family, and all of a sudden half of people think, God, that's awesome. Half the people think that guy can't be a leader. He wants to go cuddle with his dog. I mean, it's some Guggen asking him a question afterwards. He's bummed about losing. They've lost 3 games in a row. I think the guy is a heck of a football player.
Oh, listen, cuddling with the dog and all those snowflake issues aside, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a guy who doesn't win the big one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a guy who turns it over 3 or 4 times in the big games.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a guy who couldn't beat Tulane in the Cotton Bowl last year.
How many points did they score? How many points did they score? I'm concerned about hiring Alex Grinch to run my defense.
That's fair.
That's what I would say.
Well,
the guy scores 50 points a week. He scored 42 against Washington.
Yeah.
That should be enough. I'm sorry. I mean,
there's
if
some
they
truth
had
to
a
that.
defense that was worth a darn, they would be fine.
That's fair.
All right, we got a break. We got
That's
Big
fair.
Bo coming
Yeah,
up.
that's
We're
fair.
at St. John's Golf Club. Country Club. We're here for the Tristan Bailey golf tournament. They are
fundraiser.
They have a wonderful foundation. They are doing some really good things.
Trying to flood a tragedy with love and positivity for the future.
And the
God bless them.
community out here has so rallied around. There were so many people here last night that meant so much to the Bailey family.
Well,
It was
and
beautiful to
Dan,
see.
for months after this happened on Mother's Day 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, from the moment it happened, I mean, there were ribbons with their favorite color all over this area that stayed for a long time.
Yep.
And so, like I said, there are certain community tragedies that hit you that will never be forgotten.
Yep.
And this is sadly, unfortunately, but in some ways, hopefully, positively down the road, some manifestations. This is one of those.
All right, Big Bo next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The past comes to life in the present.
And the Jaguars are going to the playoffs.
The memories bridge the gap to the future.
From 27-0 to win the game.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. Beaver's annual Black Friday silent sale. Every car on the lot will be discounted so low, we can't even show the prices on TV. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday. First come, first served. And once they're gone, it's over. Plus, anyone who buys between 6 and 9 a.m. will get a big screen TV and $1,000 cash. Want more? We're giving away free oil changes between 6 and 9 a.m. The Black Friday silent sale only at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. You don't want to miss this.
Are you a business owner looking to grow, sell, acquire, or even go public with your company? Need help to find funding or business partners? Otterson Wealth Advisors will evaluate your company and provide the guidance that's right for you and your business needs. Maybe you're ready for retirement and need a succession plan for your business. Let Otterson Wealth Advisors guide you through the process. Visit OttersonAdvisors.com. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. Raymond James Associates, Inc., member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
When it comes to a new roof, you want the golden standard. Look no further than Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters. With our unbeatable 5-year warranty, you can enjoy peace of mind knowing your roof is protected for years to come. And guess what? Our team can complete most roofs in just 1 day. That's right, you won't have to worry about long and disruptive construction projects.
Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters.
Golden Hammer.
The golden standard in roofing.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Be here and be loud as the Jaguars take on the Tennessee Titans Sunday, November 19th. Be at the bank for this divisional rivalry when Trevor Lawrence leads the team in an exciting matchup. Plus, join us as we celebrate Salute to Service and honor our military all game day long. Seats may be sold out, but a limited number of standing room only tickets are still available, so don't miss your chance to be there. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 now.
If you've got bad shoulders, knees, elbows, got sprain, strain, or pain in your muscles, PRPrelief.com, PRPrelief.com, best priced PRPrelief.com.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter, Mr. Rooter.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life. Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. In spite of the surprise loss to Arkansas, head coach Billy Napier says it was a good week.
And I do think that this has been a good week relative to saluting those who serve, the uniform, the values, ultimately the cause behind the jersey, and hopefully we created some awareness.
Florida QB Graham Mertz says a balance attack was the plan. However, they were able to lean into the running game.
You're going to go out there, you want to play balance. Depending on what the defense does, you have to respond. Every game you go into it with that mindset. We knew we had to set our pads before the game, and we ran when we needed to run.
Florida High School Athletic Association unveiled the bracket for its postseason on Sunday. Earning top seeds in their region were Bradford, St. Augustine, Rains, and Trinity Christian. Squeezing into the playoff field after rallying off 3 wins was Creekside. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 55 degrees at 8:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. We're live on location. Tristan Bailey Golf Tournament today for her foundation. Thank you to the Bailey family for having us out here. We appreciate it. We're talking some football throughout the morning. Lots of good stuff going on in the world of college.
Apparently, Epicelli thinks he gets a bye week. Is that what's going on here?
No one knows. He could be en route. He could be in San Francisco. He could be – nobody's really sure at this point.
Slightly unacceptable.
Well, I mean, it's a week to week with our guy. You know that. Yeah.
I am do we have this conversation? We had my basketball lamentations. That was off air, was it not?
Yes.
I'm just going to say this. And this is coming from a guy whose team is off to a good start and is beating good teams other than the Knicks.
Yes.
Okay? There is a storyline of it's as big as the Panthers taking Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. There is a storyline that's playing out in sports right now that is not being accurately described as one of the worst moves in the history of professional sports. I mean, I don't know why you laugh.
Because I don't think it's
How can you not think it's that? I don't understand you. You're better than this.
You're
you know sports.
Because
Let me finish the point, and then
you're subject to hyperbole lately.
Okay, listen. You can settle down.
You
right?
settle down.
You let me.
You're the one who does this.
Let me make my accurate point, and then you can tear it down.
Make the point.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'm going to. All right. It's called setting up for effect. Listen, I got a book. Read it. The Atlanta Hawks drafted Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
A Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
An elite player. He'll win titles in the NBA. He's one of the best 3 or 4 players in the league.
Okay.
And they gave him up for Trae Young. Okay, this is taking Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan bad.
Okay, now can I respond?
Yeah.
Because this is on you partly. Because you sit here half the time and defend the deal. And sit here and you'll say things
Not
like,
in years.
the Atlanta
Haven't
Hawks
done
have
it
had
in
more
years.
success than
Haven't
Dallas
done it in years.
has.
Talk about hyperbole.
So you have you not said that?
When is the last time I made that argument? When the Hawks were in the finals?
When the Hawks went farther.
When the Hawks were in the East Finals, correct.
When the Hawks beat the Mavericks in an NBA regular season game.
Again, I never ever said Trae Young was as good as Luka Doncic.
No, you never said that.
Yeah. What I'm saying is it's so bad. It is so – understand that Trae Young is what? A three-point shooter?
Yes.
I mean, that's what he is, right?
Yes.
A gunner. He's Steph Curry, they told me.
Yes.
Trae Young is shooting 25% from 3. Would you like to know – and by the way, that's shooting 6.5 a game. Would you like to know where that ranks in the NBA? 154th.
That's not good.
Yeah. You got a guy who ranks 150 and shooting it left and right.
Yeah. You should trade him to the Knicks, by the way.
You can have him.
Because
you
he
can
does
have him.
well at the Garden.
You can have him.
Yeah.
I will trade him right now.
We'll give you
for
Julius Randle.
I'm not kidding. I will trade him right now for a bag of beans. I'd rather not have him than have him.
I want to talk football. Let's intro
Good.
Tony.
I'm glad he's here.
Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Now Breakfast with Boselli.
On 1010XL.
Brought to you by
Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Mr. Rooter Plumbing of Jacksonville. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
Okay, it's time to talk football coming off the bye week. What a great little sked we got going here. We're going to find out, right? You got Niners, Ravens, Bengals all coming up in the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's a good test, huh, Tone? Good morning, by the way, friend.
That would be good. Oh, there we go. I mean, what's going on this morning? No music. And then you guys are late calling.
Well, we weren't sure.
We're on location. We got things
We're out
happening.
trying to help the community. What are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm flying home from Cincinnati because I did the
there you go.
Bengals.
Oh, you did the game?
Yeah, that's nice.
Look at you.
Hey, you know, Tony, I keep saying something. No one wants to believe me. I don't think there's a turnaround coming for the Bills. I think they're going to miss the playoffs. What do they grab onto that's going to get better, right? I think they're done, and it's hard to take when you have a difference-making quarterback and a good team, and I think a good coach. But I look at their schedule; they still got to go back-to-back. Chiefs, Eagles at one point. I think they're going to go 8-9. Tone, am I wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think they can make the playoffs. I mean, here's the thing with the Bills: they can beat anybody in the league, and they can lose to anybody in the league. And I think part of it is I don't understand what Ken Dorsey's doing there. Offensive coordinator, he refuses to call the run.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like give it to Josh Allen, throw it around the yard, and they don't try to get the run going. They don't try to get the run going at all. And I think it's hard to win that way consistently, and especially in tough environments. And it's interesting; they're 4-0 in Buffalo and 1-4 on the road. I mean, it's like completely two different teams.
You know, Tone, your favorite time of the year sports-wise resonates with us this morning, I think. And that is you have said, I can remember you saying this through the years, how you love that, like, first weekend of the NFL playoffs. Like, that gets your juices flowing. Like, you always – and we were talking about the AFC this week and the jockeying that's going to be going on here over the next, 9 games now as we strap in and get ready for football every week the rest of the way. It is going to be a dogfight to get in position and then to see how the chips fall if you make it to the tournament. And it is good. The AFC playoffs are going to be like, whoo, man.
No, it's me. I mean, I think it always starts for me in November. I mean, November, December is like when the NFL starts getting great. And because you kind of get, especially in the new NFL where not much is happening in preseason and kind of like September's. Everyone's trying to figure out what they're doing and get the timing down. But even when I was playing, I mean, you get into November, that's when you start finding out who's going to position themselves, trying to win a division, trying to get that wild card spot, home field advantage, all those, really important things that allow you to kind of set yourself up in the tournament. And you're right, playoff football There's nothing better in the world, in my opinion, than the NFL playoffs, and just the intensity, the win or go home mentality, everything on the line. It's great, and I think your point around the AFC, I think the playoffs are going to start early from the sense of you have so many good teams. I mean, there's a handful of teams that can go win this whole thing, and I think getting that, who can get home field, and Jags still have a chance to do that. They're sitting right there, tied at 6-2 at the top of the AFC. That's important. Kind of who's going to win their division to guarantee that home playoff game. All those little things right now, I think it's going to be really interesting down the stretch in a very competitive AFC.
Look, the go-to stock answer, and it's a fair one, is that we have the national anthem playing here too. I couldn't hear it through my
a lot going on.
Through my headset. But
where are you guys, by the way?
We're at the St. John's Golf and Country Club at a fundraiser for this sweet little girl, Tristan Bailey.
My daughter was. Yes, my daughter was friends.
Yeah. So we're here for that. But my point was going to be, Tone, the stock answer is the Chiefs. If not the Chiefs, who do you think the best team in the AFC is right now? And it's okay to say the Jags if you really believe that, but don't bluebird on my shoulder, sunshine pump me. Tell me the truth, what you really believe, because you see these teams. And the anthem's over, okay? I don't like talking in the anthem. It's wrong.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, I got you. I don't think there's one. I mean, if you had to pick one, you got to go with the Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs, and they have the best record. We're tied for the best record in the AFC. But I don't think there's one. I think there's three teams that are a notch above everybody else. And I think it's the Chiefs, I think it's the Ravens, and I think it's the Jaguars.
Okay.
I mean,
you won't use that. You don't throw the Bengals in there?
Not yet. They're, it's hard not to winning 4 straight and watching tape of them, what they did to the 49ers. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow is healthy.
Yeah. He's back.
And really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And they got an interesting defense, too. They're pretty they're similar to the Jags, but not as stout against the run. But they're like third or fourth in the NFL in takeaways. They're opportunistic. They get their hands on a lot of balls. So I think Cincinnati, you could argue, is in that grouping. But I'm going to put them just behind those 3 teams.
That's fair. That's fine.
Well, we're going to find out. Cincinnati will visit here.
The interesting thing, Tone, is we've said that, and this is what happens, I think, in September, October, week-to-week league. But now, halfway through, we start to make some we start to narrow in and start to figure out, well, which teams are. So my question to you is, AFC or NFC, are there any non-obvious ones like, hey, keep an eye on this team, they could make a run? Because I agree with you about the way you stack the AFC. I think you're right.
And I also think it could change in a month. We can wake up in a month and think the Dolphins are up there.
That's what I'm wondering. Do you think there's somebody out there who could do that?
Yeah, there always is. I mean, because it's still week to week from the standpoint you never know what injuries are going to happen.
Right.
Any team's away, a key injury, to a quarterback or some key player from being a contender to being, we're not sure quite going to be able to get this done this year. So that's always, the game of football, that's always on the table, and it's kind of always in the back, in the backdrop. You hope that does not happen. Dan, I don't know who it is. I'd have to think through that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I promise you that there's a team positioned right now that you think, oh yeah, they're a definite playoff team. That might not make it.
That won't be. Right.
Yeah, and there's 1 or 2 teams out there that are kind of middle
That's fair.
Packers,
You're right.
or even just maybe even a losing record right now, and are going to get hot when it matters.
Right.
Last year, i.e. the Jaguars.
Right. Hick, without looking, what's the Chargers record?
3-4.
Yeah,
maybe?
3-4. I was surprised. I would have picked, maybe that's a team that if they get completely off of our radar, and that speaks to tonight's Monday Nighter. This almost feels like a loser go home match.
That's a big one,
right?
Them.
The Jets. I mean, are somehow doing it with Zach Wilson. Right? They're somehow balancing and staying alive and keeping afloat. For the sake of the NFL, I kind of hope the Jets win. So next week's Sunday night non-prime game doesn't look as disingenuous and preposterous as it is. I don't know why you do a flex if you can leave those 2 teams on, but whatever.
Tony, you promised us San Francisco on Sunday night.
I thought it was a for sure deal. Someone we were talking about it up in the press box last night, and someone came up with the theory that I don't know, it might be interesting. The Sunday after is like Denver, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And one of the national guys said, he's like, I'm pretty sure the NFL basically told NBC, pick. You can flex Jets, Raiders, or Denver.
Well, and I do think Jets, Raiders would carry more national interest than Broncos.
Yeah.
So that's a fair point. Tony, what's going on with the Niners? Look, the bye week, it's kind of opposites here. The Jags, I would argue, maybe don't want a bye week. They're red hot, although we did probably heal up in some areas. Whereas, the Niners, you want to talk about limping in. I mean, they limped into their bye, probably came at a perfect time. Tell us what to expect from San Francisco this Sunday.
Yeah, and two things if you watch them on tape. One, they're without two of their best players. They're probably their two of their three best players on offense. Debo and Trent Williams. I mean, the best three players in that offense are Debo, Trent Williams, and Christian McCaffrey. I mean, those are the dudes.
Okay. Will they be back? Do you know if they'll play this week?
I think so. I'm not sure. I got to look at the injury report coming out. This on Wednesday. But they have had a few weeks. I think it was an ankle for Trent, and I want to say ribs or something.
It's ribs for Debo for sure. That I do know.
Yeah, so I think time off. There's a good chance they'll be back. I think the bigger issue for them is defensively. They are not getting the dominant performance from that defense they've gotten in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Bosa has low sacks, doesn't he? Isn't he really low? Like he's only got a couple, I think.
Yeah, if you watch the pass rush, they're not winning as much as they had in the past. Now they're still good, and they,
I got the tonic for him here at the stadium next week, Tone.
What'd you say?
I got a tonic for him at the stadium. If they need to win some pass rush battles, they got the perfect opponent, at least based on what the analytics tell us. But anywhu, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
we got Ezra, baby.
Listen, don't worry about our guys. Our guys will be just fine. I mean, our guys are 62. So take that, analytics and PFF and whoever else wants to.
You go ahead. You tell them about it. I need the sacks on our side, Tone. Is this true? I was thinking this riding in, guys, because I saw which one of the Bills last night, interior defensive lineman, picked up his fourth sack, or maybe it was B.J. Hill of the Bengals, actually, got his fourth sack of the year. I don't think we have a sack from an interior lineman, do we? All 16 of our sacks have come from the ends, haven't they? Do we have one?
I think RRH got one.
I think.
Roy has one.
I think he got one.
Yeah.
And I thought Fadakasi had one there too. Or maybe he got called back for.
Yeah, I think they pretty much has been. Chaseon's got a couple, and your two that are going to buy for 25 have about 13. And then one from Roy Robertson Harris. Is that you would think that with Hamilton coming back and. Roy Robertson Harris should be a 4 or 5 sack guy, I believe, physically and otherwise. So maybe do they need that push from the inside, Tone? I guess that's it. I don't know enough about the style and schematics and the effect, but are we missing an opportunity with an inside push, or has that not been like some exposure to weakness at all?
No, inside push is helping those outside guys get home because you don't let the quarterback step up. And I think we've been okay at push at times. What our inside guys don't do, they don't win immediately. They don't get on the edge and get those early wins where they're coming out right up the middle and pressure the quarterback. But we get decent push. It's just, it's straight bull, we're not getting off. And so it's really those outside guys that get home. But we have great run defenders. We have big, physical, nasty dudes up front, but we don't
which
that.
is also important, right?
Obviously. Yeah, absolutely. But we don't have that one pass rusher. And one of the things that maybe we can see, as Dwan Smoot starts feeling better, could you get him and put him down at the 3 technique in some sub-rushing situations on, second and long, third and long at the 3 technique, that defensive tackle position, because, he's a versatile guy and can play both inside, outside. So, and he's still, he's not back to where he was. You can't expect that coming off the Achilles like he is, but he's getting better each week. So maybe he can help on that inside pass rush a little bit.
I do have it in front of me, and I wonder if there's Roy Robertson Harris has half of a sack.
He does.
The rest have come from edge. Allenwood 9, Walker 3.5, Chaseon 2, Smoot 1. I'm wondering if any other team in the entire NFL has fewer sacks from their interior defensive line. But as you just said, that doesn't necessarily matter. But
Tone,
just from out of curiosity's sake.
Tone, you probably didn't. Tone, you probably didn't get to see him yesterday, but it has to be talked about. And C.J. Stroud, 470 NFL record for a rookie passing Andrew Luck, by the way. 5 touchdown passes, a 46-second drive to win a football game. It was this kid, they had that test, some test like a P2 or something like that. It's like some sort of cognitive they need to throw that test out, bro, because that one told us Stroud was not going to work in the NFL, and that was wrong. Where do we overreact so much so, but this kid has played well since
day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
He to me tells me Houston Jacks next decade in the South.
Well, early returns, no doubt about it. And I saw the end of that game because up in Cincy they were playing. I can't believe they were playing some other game, and that came on late.
Right. You saw the drive then, which
that last drive was unreal.
Ooh.
He's we said it when he came to Houston week 3. He's a special cat, and he's really good. And I don't know what test he took or didn't take or what he scored or whatever, but the kid can play football, and you can tell that he's a natural leader. The guys love him. He's listen to an interview. He's really thoughtful. He's poised. Obviously, he's a very smart young man, and he's a true drop back quarterback. He just sits in that pocket and just slings it around. And
he ain't much of a runner, is he? Yeah.
No, he's a pocket passer, and I think, what he did yesterday was remarkable, and I do think he's going to be a really good quarterback, and I think the Texans, because of that, will be a good team in the AFC, and I think there'll be a lot of battles. Jags and the Texans.
They're doing good other places too. Hank Dell, great draft pick. Nico Collins, great draft pick a couple years ago. Alton Schultz was a really good signing in free agency. D'Amico Ryan seems like he's got his finger on the pulse. I think they have a lot of things going for them.
Well, it's like I said when we had Trevor and then we got Doug Peterson. So you got the right quarterback, get the right head coach, and I think that's what Houston's done. They got the right quarterback and they got the right head coach. Now, listen, we do overreact. Yesterday was amazing. You go back to the previous 2 weeks, he was just so.
Right.
They lost to the Panthers, who aren't very good. And so, but if you look at the entire body of work and what he's doing, and what D'Amico Ryan is doing with that team, and how they're drafting and some of the players they have, they're doing it the right way, and it's going to be, which is great for the NFL. It's going to be great battles between Jacksonville and Houston. And I look forward. Because the AFC South has been kind of like an afterthought for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward in the coming years where on Sunday Night Football, it's Jacksonville, Houston, because you have two of the best quarterbacks, two of the best teams in the NFL. That'd be a lot of fun for us.
I think one of the undersold impressive things that Stroud has done, and a lot of teams don't do it anymore. This dude takes shots downfield, guys. They don't dink and dunk their offense. I bet you that C.J. Stroud, if you looked it up, has attempted more or as many downfield passes as anybody in the league, and he hits them too. So you want to look at his completion percentage and say it's only 62. Well, that's because he's making plays downfield. It's not all these little crossing routes and dink and dunks that we can see. Tony, what do the Jaguars have to do in your mind? Where is there the most room for improvement for a football team that has legitimate championship hopes? What would best serve this football team over the last 9 games?
I think probably just a little bit more consistency on offense. Right. It feels like we go, but if you watch the league, it feels like maybe everyone does this. But it just seems like we go through series of we're just it's like we're unstoppable, and then we can't get out of our own way. That would be, and I'm being overly critical because I think the offense has done a good job, and I like how they're. Preston Taylor's gotten so much heat but I think he's done a great job calling the game. He's a guy as an offensive lineman. I want to play for him. He wants to run the ball. He wants to play physical. He wants to, not drop back 100 times. All the Bills and try to throw it all over the yard. So the balance is there. So I really like what they're doing. I do think maybe getting a little bit more vertical. I think they were very horizontal in their offensive play calling, partly because I'm not sure they fully trust the interior of that offensive line to hold up on, kind of more shots down the field. So, maybe with Ezra Cleveland and Walker Little coming back, and it'll be interesting to see how that shuffles out on the offensive line, what they do there. But if they can, press the ball down the field a little bit and try to stretch those defenses out, because I think that'll even open up some of the underneath stuff and some of the run game even more. So I really like where they sit. I think they're as complete a team there is in the AFC. Does that mean they're going to win it all? No. I mean, we've got a long way to go. A lot of things can happen, but sitting right in here at the halfway point and looking at the rest of the AFC, there's not a team that, whether home, away, neutral field, I don't care where it is, that we don't show up and you're not confident you can win that game.
All right, big fella. Well, listen, always good to catch up. Looking forward to the next 9-week grind, and let's go, man. It's a good time.
I hope all the Jag fans, everyone in Duval, Googans, all the different people out there, I hope we pack the bank, which we have been. The crowds have been great, but I want that place just rocking. I mean, this is a huge game. I mean, one of the best, one of the historical franchises in the NFL, number one, and the 49ers coming to town. One of the better teams in the NFL, even though they've lost 3 straight, but they're really talented. I mean, this is a great test, a great measuring stick. It's one of those games that if you can go out and beat their rear ends, it's a statement to everybody in the NFL. Like, let's not forget about that team down in Duval, because they're one of the best teams, not just in the AFC, but one of the best teams in the NFL.
No doubt about it. And by the way, what shocked me about the Niners, and maybe I shouldn't have been, but their fan base is as strong as Pittsburgh, Green Bay's.
Yeah,
I mean, they are. They will be there. So Duval.
Oh, they'll show up
because
they remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys remember this. I mean, in 80s, 90s. I mean, when Steve Young, and Joe Montana and Jerry Rice, they won a bunch of Super Bowls. And when you win a bunch of Super Bowls, you don't just develop a fan base in San Francisco,
you go nationwide, don't you? Yeah.
You have a bunch of fans that wake up and say, you know what, I don't really like my home team, or we don't have a home team. I'm going with the 49ers. They win.
Yep.
And you become fans, and they stay fans.
All right, Big Bo. Good catching up with you, my brother. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
There he goes, PFHOF, number 355. He's number 71 in our program. He's always number 1 in our hearts. He's Don Anthony Baselli Jr. It's Breakfast with Baselli. We're back with more right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. After the game, talk about the game with Hacker Leon and Coach Campo. The window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. From Players Grill Mandarin. Brought to you by Osteen, Volvo, and Volkswagen. And Dr. George Bari and Bari Orthopedics.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Football is in full force. We're having so much fun with our friends from MyBookie. Again, sign up for a free account. Use promo code 1010XL. They're going to give you a welcome bonus up to $1,000. It's a phenomenal offer to get you started with a fantastic website. The MyBookie Casino is first rate as well. Again, use promo code 1010XL. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family, right? Hicken here from Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not an attorney yet, but have you done your last will? Besides getting your assets get to the people that you choose, planning will help minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you and navigate the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. If you have questions, reach out. It's 904-527-1700. That's 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multi-family property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multi-family projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
All year long you'll be singing our song. Stay cooler with Bueller. At the head of our class we make it happen fast. Stay cooler with Bueller. For heating and air we always play fair. We make the difference 'cause we really care. Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Dan Hicken here for Bowdeny & Associates. I want to remind you that now is the perfect time to schedule your eye exam. Take advantage of your existing insurance benefits before they reset in January. Join the many satisfied patients who trust Bowdeny with their vision. Schedule your eye exam now and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with clear and healthy eyes. And remember, your deductibles reset in January, so don't miss out on the benefits you've already earned. Bowdeny & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Maybe you're going to be home for the holidays, but maybe you aren't. Make sure your furry best friend has his home away from home, and that by now you know is Pet Paradise. So when you're traveling for the holidays, gift your pets time to play, snooze, and snuggle while you're away. They won't get the holiday blues. They'll be bouncing around the local Pet Paradise, happy, quite frankly, happier there than they would be. From comfortable beds to playtime with furry friends, suites at Pet Paradise include all the trimmings to make a stay feel like home. Space limited. Visit petparadise.com and book today. By the way, Wacky Wednesdays have been extended. You got one more through next Wednesday, November 8th. Your dog can enjoy all the fun of day camp for just $25 on Wednesdays at Pet Paradise. With 9 Northeast Florida locations, there's a Pet Paradise near you to care for all your pet's needs, from a fresh cut and style to space to play all day. To find the location nearest you, visit petparadise.com.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
It's your avenue to Athens.
Follow Mandarin's Carson Beck and the Bulldogs all season long on the Bulldog Report.
Brought to you by Travis Cummings and the Bailey Group on 1010XL. How about the Dogs?
I'm Shane with Renew Solutions, an expert in transforming your hardwood floors to a timeless and elegant new look. For any wood floor repairs, replace, or installs, I've got you covered at Renew Solutions. Visit renewjacksfloors.com.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home and auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call State Farm agent Barbara Coleman, 278-2677.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
In this moment, Ice Nine Kills, Kiss of Death Tour, special guests Avatar and New Year's Day. Friday, November 17th, Daly's Place. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. In this moment, Ice Nine Kills, live in concert.
Did you know that all graduates of Local 234's apprenticeship program are licensed journeymen? That means all plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC techs will have hundreds of hours of experience and have passed the Jacksonville City Licensed Journeyman Exam. They're the best trained and safest skilled tradespeople in the industry. Don't leave yourself exposed to inadequate workmanship or even danger. Always hire a licensed journeyman. Local 234. Make the right connection. Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back. Thanks so much for being with us, starting your morning with us. We appreciate you so much. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com. Listen, good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people, I should say, sometimes. And so get to the offices of DivorceMenOnly.com, protecting the rights of men in all things. Got a couple segments here. We're going to visit with one of our hosts today. But first, I'm going to offer up today's Shazam Spotlight. It's brought to you by ShazamAuto.com and my friends at the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland Truck Guy here, sending you to the right spot. You want the best in customer service, and they'll trade anything. It's Dale Murray and the Murray Ford Superstores, Stark and Kingsland. We talked about just how wide open the playoff field seems to be and how deep the AFC seems. And it is this deep. And, again, this is the concern if you're a Bills fan after watching last night the Bills lose again to a good team. They're 5-4, and if the playoffs started today, they wouldn't be in it, which seems hard to say with Josh Allen and all the success that the Bills have had of late. But that's not today's Shazam Spotlight. No, Shazam. Here's the Shazam Spotlight. If the playoffs started today, Dan Hicken, it would be the AFC East leading Miami Dolphins. Mm-hmm. It would be the AFC South leading Jacksonville Jaguars. It would be the AFC West leading Kansas City Chiefs. That's 3. You know who the other 4 teams would be?
Who?
The AFC North.
Oh.
Yeah, here at the midway point.
Yeah.
The Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns are all at least over 2 games over 500 and would all qualify for the playoffs. So it would be the AFC North Invitational if the playoffs started today. Shazam.
Tell you what, give credit to the Bengals. They're 2 years in a row they've done this where they have these slow starts. They were 1-3, and they've ripped off 4 in a row, and Joe Burrow is healthy, and he looks great. So.
And now, you know what? Now that confidence
I like
is
what
real.
Tony said. Like, he puts them, but I think we got to beat the Bengals or the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl.
I think the Bengals are the best team not named the Chiefs in the AFC because of their history and because now, look, it's pretty clear why the Bengals were suffering. Joe Burrow could have moved. Yeah. Give the guy credit for trying to play and not caring about his stats and his win-loss record. That dude is an animal. All right, let's offer up today's Gator Growl. This will be quick. You know, I've gone on and on today, but Gibby, the Gator Growl.
Now, slow your roll. It's time for Jeff's Gator Growl. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All right, I'll present it to you this way. Commentary or disagreement aside, and I've stumbled into what exactly Billy Napier is, what we are right now. We're Ray Goff's Georgia Bulldogs. We just are. He can stay 7 years. He'll be 10 games over 500. He's not going to contend in the SEC East. He never is, unless Kirby Smart decides he wants to go to the NFL or a lot of other things happen. Billy Napier is ill-equipped to coach championship football. He just doesn't have it in him, Dan. And I know there's no answer, and I'm not going to beat it every day. This is the Monday after losing to the worst team in the West. This is the Monday after giving up 39 to the worst offense in the SEC. This is the Monday after, for the second time this year, the inability to execute the simplest of special teams plays may have cost you a victory. I mean, we're 20 games in, and this guy still, ends up with egg on his face 2 or 3 times a game. He has driven the Gators further into mediocrity than they were when he got there because he's doing it with established platitudes of support, and they're terrible. He can't coach his way out of a wet paper bag, and the Gators and Gator Nation is stuck with this guy unless they solve an even bigger problem. And that's an athletic director that shouldn't be running the Creeks Association, much less the University of Florida. The Gator Growl is that. You're stuck with what you are. We're goofy. We're Ray Goff's goofy Georgia teams because the Florida had Spurrier, right, who Goofy was never going to beat. Let me give you our version of Goofy. He will never beat Kirby Smart. He will never out-recruit him. He'll never beat him. And once every blue moon, Georgia will go 8-5 in a different year, and we'll see if our Goofy can beat Tennessee or Kentucky or someone else to win the division. So unless and until Florida goes in yet their umpteenth different direction, this is what we are. We're Ray Goof's Georgia Bulldogs to Steve Spurrier's Gators. And that's today's Gator Growl. Agree or disagree, talks amongst yourself.
All right, let's bring in Matt Hinson. I don't want to go down that road I already have, who is with the Hinson Law Firm, but he's an integral part of what we have out here today at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. Good morning, Matty.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Listen,
great to see you guys out here so early.
I think what is what we
see the commitment of one of us.
what we don't see is, and what was featured last night, which I really like. Listen, the Bailey family has been through what none of us could ever imagine or will ever want to imagine or think about. But I think what gets lost are all the wonderful people who are doing their jobs but doing it well to help them navigate their way through it. And you honored a bunch of those people last night.
It was a great night last night, and we're talking about people doing their jobs well. You killed it last night, Hick.
Well,
I mean, listen,
that
Hick
part's
showed up.
Easy. Stop.
I made him yell. You know it.
Yeah.
But
he hates doing that.
Yeah.
Eye roll.
He seemed like it. But no, you're right. I mean, we honored a lot of folks that helped with this. The state attorney's office and the sheriff's office.
Yes.
And awarding.
It was
Ashley
great to
Mitchell.
see all those people here, and you can tell how they were all moved by what had happened. But the one young lady that you guys gave a plaque to and honored, tell folks what she does too, because that was nice.
Yeah, she's a victim advocate, but she was the family's victim advocate for the Bailey family.
Right.
And victim advocates stand side by side with these families through some of the toughest moments, the times
of their lives, at the toughest moments, something that no one will ever go through. And she was there for them. You said. Every single moment, 24/7.
I don't know that she slept.
Yeah.
But her name's Ashley Mitchell. She's amazing. She is very deserving of the first annual Victim Advocate Award.
And Prosh, you could tell, like, she was like, she
doesn't like
sheepish. Being brought up there and what are you doing? And those are the kind of people that you just love. I mean, she does it because she wants to help, man.
Oh, she's gonna be mad that I mentioned her name.
Yeah.
she's gonna be mad at me.
Yeah.
But no, she is a great person, and everybody in that room that were a part of the case.
Yeah,
it was just amazing to see them all together because this matter touched every single one of us.
Right.
That's been involved. Obviously the family, but if you're a law enforcement officer or a prosecutor and you're working this case, it's touched you in a way. And to bring everybody together to celebrate last night and to celebrate today. The life and legacy of Tristan, but also to say, hey, there's a lot of evil in this world.
Yeah,
we've got to do something.
Head on a swivel, too.
Yeah, well, you got to do something, and you can either sit back and say, "Woe is me," or you can do what the Bailey family's doing and saying, "No, we're going to stand up and we're going to say this evil's not going to win.
Yeah,
we're going to continue to fight back with it."
And by the way, this impact that you mentioned, all those involved, I can also speak for a community that I live in. There's certain things that happen in your life tragically that will stick with you forever, and this for those of us that live here in Northwest St. Johns County, you didn't have to know the Bailey family to feel their pain in that tragedy when it happened. So I know there are a lot like me who live out here, didn't know them personally before we met them through you that ached. I mean, really, like sad. You only get really sad for other people that you don't know a few times in your life. I mean, most people don't as you're going along. I mean, we certainly have our bouts with your own personal relationships. But that's one that happened. To give us the idea of what the goal and mission is, like, just moving forward. I know this is the beginning.
Yeah, so this is the beginning. Moving forward in the short term, today, we've got the golf tournament in the morning, and then we've got the Family Fun Day in the afternoon.
You can still come out to that, by the way, if you want to.
Yeah, Family Fun Day is going to be great. Jags cheerleaders are going to be out here, Jaguar mascot, St. John's Sheriff's Office K-9 unit, bounce houses, food. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring the kids out when they get out of school, or if you're holding them out of school today just so you can show up, come on over. But that's the short term what we're doing, raising some more money for the foundation. But the foundation's long-term goals are focused on 4 different prongs. The first would be to contribute towards scholarship programs and scholarships for local students who exhibit the same qualities that Tristan had, caring for others, not allowing people to be bullied, standing up for people who can't necessarily stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
Second prong is going to be educating folks on the dangers of social media.
Right.
Not just are you a victim
right.
or is your child a victim? Is your child a bully?
Yeah.
Like, we've got to focus on the reality that sometimes our kids aren't perfect.
Right.
They might even intend to be a bully.
Right.
It could be happening. So
right.
That's the second prong. The third prong is self-defense classes. They're working hand in hand with the St. John's Sheriff's Office in developing self-defense classes. They're going to provide to students as well as adults to help build some self-confidence.
It's so important. It's like that's almost forgotten in today's society.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We talk about how many different ways to avoid and do this, but at the end of the day, too, you have yourself best prepared for when physical evil encounters you. So kudos on that one, too.
Absolutely. And then the fourth prong is going to be working on oh, gosh, I'm having a mind blank right now. I didn't get any sleep last night.
I don't think you mentioned the scholarships.
We started with scholarships, and we talked about the
the law, the
victim advocacy.
Yeah.
Thank you. There we go. Yeah,
I'm
actually, probably the most important one.
Yes, you are. Good for you.
Starting to stick in my head here.
We didn't get any sleep last night.
Yeah,
we
I hear
too late and
I
too
hear
early. But victim advocacy, and that's supporting others, especially in our local community, who have been the victim of a crime and need help either dealing with.
You
the
guys
media.
helped change a law and already, and that's something that a benefit from this that you can't necessarily, the public can't get crime pictures.
How is the family, Matt? You're half late. Year and a half later. How are they doing?
Time's been flying. It's been
2.5.
2.5.
I would said that, and then I didn't want to say it was too far away. But
yeah.
How are they? Are they recovered? I mean, you never
recover. No, I think they're doing as well as you can expect.
Yeah.
They're able to have an opportunity to turn a tragic event into something positive. And so they're really focused on how are we going to continue her life and her memory, and this event and is the beginning of that with the foundation. It's going to be great. And I think that it's a positive sign, a positive step as they continue to recover. You don't think you ever fully recover from this?
I would say that for sure. And I know it's a family that has received a ton of prayers from 1,000 different people. So for those out there, just keep throwing one that way every now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Matty, good to see you, my man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
very
being
well
here,
run, man. It's super. I mean, we do a lot of these, but from your
Well
auction
done.
gifts last night to the way the setup is and all that you got going on, job well done.
I appreciate
job well
that.
done.
Thank you. It's been a huge team effort.
Okay.
A lot of people helped.
I got a pop quiz for my man.
All
We
right.
got Josh Scobie coming up early in the 9 o'clock hour. We'll visit one of our favorites there. So stick around as we broadcast live from the Tristan Bailey Foundation's fundraising golf tournament. And we are live at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. We return with more next. The Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Choose your social channel. Twitter at 1010XL. Facebook at 1010XL. Instagram at 1010XL. TikTok at 1010XL. YouTube at 1010XL. 1010XL is there.
Real estate research right now says housing prices are still rising slowly and inventory is still below historical averages. That means if you think your home right now is unsellable or there's a host of problems, then you haven't met Chad and Sandy, who will make sure those problems become promises. Chad and Sandy are the only real estate experts we trust and recommend with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts. Derek and Ashley out in St. John's Harbor said we were building a new home, but we had a big problem. 2 months on the market, and we had no showings and no offers with another agent. We were super stressed. Then we heard Chad and Sandy guarantee sale on the radio and hired them. They created an amazing plan to sell quickly and maximize price. The home sold in 10 days for more money than the previous realtor had listed. That's the promise and the proof of ChadandSandy.com. Go there today, ChadandSandy.com, or call them in office, 904-414-6200.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Shark Coatings. Gosh, I love my new garage. It's not new anymore either, by the way, but it looks new. I've had it for a couple years now, but I'm telling you what, there's nothing better that you can do to your outside of your house than get your garage coated by Shark Coatings. Go to sharkfloorcoatings.com, all right? Trust me on this. Sign up, get that free estimate. This is a gift to yourself, man, for all your hard work and grind. They'll come over, measure it up, give you a price, and you say, let's do it. Pick your pattern. The Hickens went with Pebble Beach. And then they'll get it done in one day, man. And it also forces you to clean out your garage, which is a positive. You get a 15-year warranty. It's better than the epoxy, and they get it done in one day. SharkFloorCoatings.com. You'll thank me later. SharkFloorCoatings.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I recorded this only 3 days after starting Awaken 180, and the results are startling. 7 pounds gone in 3 days. I chatted with Mike Dempsey about the results, and he's like, I told you. He dropped 25 pounds in just over a month. I certainly have more than 25 pounds to lose, but with the results I'm having so far, I'll reach my goal in no time. The program is pretty much dummy-proof. My words, not Awakening 180s, of course. And why is it dummy-proof? It's because my coach, Sarah, does all the work. She built a plan based on my body, my habits, my taste buds for that matter, and all I do is follow it. I'm eating to lose weight, and it's a game changer. Stay tuned because these results will continue until I drop my pounds. If you're in the same boat I was, wishing the weight away, make the call. The solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you looking to maintain your cool? Look no further than Lloyd's Heating and Air. At Lloyd's Heating and Air, your go-to experts for all things HVAC. Whether you're building a new home, need a brand new AC installation, or just want to make sure your current system is running at peak performance, with a maintenance plan, we've got you covered. Our skilled team specializes in new construction HVAC, making sure your home or business is comfortable from the moment you step inside. Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. CMC 1249834.
John, I'm so glad I called Clearwater to get my sprinklers, yard drainage, and seamless gutters in tip-top shape.
Thanks, Frank. It's great to see you so relaxed here at the house, away from the microphone.
Yeah, John, just hanging.
All right, well, let me go ahead and turn the sprinklers on and show you how everything works.
Wow, look at that coverage. How good is that?
All right, Frank, let's go.
Clearwater Irrigation
and Drainage to
ClearwaterJacks.com.
If you're looking for exterior solutions that provide you reliability and durability, it's time to call Armor Guard Exteriors. Whether you need seamless gutters or gutter protection, hurricane products, impact windows, glass lanais, or retractable awnings and screens, we've got you covered. Call My Home Team today for your 5-star experience at 904-906-8669.
Armor Guard Exteriors, committed to quality, and that's a promise.
Attention car buyers, are you in the market for a new vehicle? Are you noticing the markups on vehicles on dealers' lots? Well, come to Key Buick GMC, where we never have markups on our vehicles. Ask for Derek or Brian. In addition, Key Buick GMC is the only Buick GMC dealer with a lifetime powertrain warranty on all new Buicks and GMCs. Holidays are approaching, and we are your local service headquarters. That's Key Buick GMC. We are professional grade across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate.
If you are a fan of the U, listen for the Performance Painting Hurricane Report.
I'm JJ LaSelva, and I bring you news and notes you need to know from Miami every week on the Hurricane Report.
On 1010XL, Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at jaguars.com/shadows. One winner a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase to enter or win, must be 18 or older and a legal resident of Florida or Georgia. Promotion period 9/5/23 through 12/15/23. For official rules and complete details, visit jaguars.com. Sponsored by Jacksonville Jaguars, LLC.
Make a crucial catch against colon cancer. Hicken here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, the ball is in the red zone to get screened. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. 45 is the new 50. Get screened for colon cancer now. The Borland Groover Foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to building a healthy and equitable community that is free from colon cancer. Visit BorlandGrooverFoundation.com for more.
Upgrade your home with a winning combination of style and performance with custom windows and patio doors. For a limited time, buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen. Proud to be the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Coming out of the bye week, Jag head coach Doug Peterson is feeling good about the offensive line with the addition of Ezra Cleveland.
And Ezra can come in and give us some really good depth. Getting him in the room with guys like Brandon Scherf and Luke Fortner and Cam Robinson. I mean, Walker Little, these guys are just busting their tail every week.
Jag tight end Evan Ingram already has his sights set on the important November and December games.
Those are the games that count. You can gain confidence and get on the roll going into the playoffs.
Jaguar kicker Brandon McManus, whose consistency has been key throughout the Jaguars' current 5-game winning streak, was named AFC Special Teams Player of the Month for October. At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This is your Jaguars Rewind, brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes, your dream builder, building the American dream, one home at a time.
Well, because there was no game this weekend, our Dreamfinders Home segment, we look ahead. We look ahead to what really should be one of the most exciting times in Jaguars history. If you think about where we are and what we've accomplished, it is now fair and okay for people to say, hey, pack the bank. Hey, let's all go to the games. You are talking about a second half of a season where the Jags are, and again, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but 12-3 in their last 15 regular season games. I mean,
13-3, I think, in the last 16.
They are winning football games, right? You're talking about a team that gave us, inarguably, the greatest, most exciting comeback run last year in team history, even more so than 96 because of all the games where they were down 17, where we named them the Ravens and the Raiders and the Cowboys, and won the South
Titans
at home, and the Chargers playoff game. You can't have a situation like that. And so this year they come out, and after a little bit of a slow start, they are rocking and rolling. They're 6-2, and now they got a 9-game stretch where 3 home games are prime time beauties, baby. You got the Niners, the Ravens, and the Bengals all coming to the bank. I mean, it's Operation Find a Way to Win. If you go 6-3 in these next 9 weeks, you're 12-5. You've had arguably one of the great, inarguably one of the great seasons in Jags history.
He's second best.
And we'll see what happens in the postseason. Yeah, 99 and 14-2.
11-5 is the second best year, probably.
Yeah. So it's all right there for this football team. The weather has changed, right? We got football weather in the air now, so it's not like you got to sit in the hot sun and bake. You know, it's going to be beautiful. Hopefully beautiful weather at the bank for these games. We're under the lights. We're in prime time. We're in the it's great.
If
not
I
now,
when? I want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that the Jaguars have had a more prominent and high-profile home stretches they have here in the next 6 weeks. Okay, right. You mentioned 3 of them.
Yep.
49ers.
Yep. Bengals
on a Monday nighter, Ravens on a Sunday nighter. Mm-hmm. All 3 of those teams would be in the playoffs if they started today. And the 4th game in this 6-game stretch, it's the Titans here.
Yeah,
it's the Titans.
Yeah.
Okay, the Titans aren't going to come here and roll over and lay down. And the Titans, I know they're licking their wounds up there. I get it. They lost to the Steelers, in a game that could have gone either way just the other night. But the Titans here in a couple of weeks is also going to be a must-win game. You're to the point now, man, where you got to try and win every game you're supposed to win. I mean, in many ways, that will differentiate between the higher seeds and the lower seeds. There are games that you're not, quote, supposed to win. Right. It's fair to lose. You're not going to lose or win all your games. But the games you're supposed to win, like the Titans in 2 weeks.
Right.
Like Carolina,
yeah.
Like at Houston,
yeah.
I got us to 10 just with those.
Yep.
Now go, 2-2 against the other 4 tough ones. And like you said, you got a 12-win season, so a lot of excitement. I'm looking very much forward to spending the second half of the season. I know you are too. Both of us have, family members that use the season tickets and go down there, and it's just. it's just a different vibe. And we should also mention, too, that Tony's Tailgate Bash is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And there's still time for people to get involved with that. That sounds like it's going to be a big time.
Yeah, that'll be
Titans week.
Game.
Yeah.
So, since 2014, Dreamfinders Homes has sponsored the Jags, been the only official home builder of the Jaguars. Everywhere you want to be, Dreamfinders in 20-plus Jacksonville communities in the best locations. Visit dreamfindershomes.com to find your home. They will help you.
You and I were kicking around off air earlier. To some degree, the confusion that can hit a sports fan or a baseball fan when the Gold Glove Awards are announced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, so yesterday, Nolan Arenado had his stretch of Gold Gloves snapped. That leaves him right now with 10.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, he might not win another, right? And, we lost Brooks Robinson earlier this year. He's the gold standard for third baseman. And I think when people talk about a second guy, it might be Arenado.
Yeah.
He might be considered the second best defensive third baseman of all time, but he only got to 10, which leaves us Dan Hicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to ask you to name these guys, but I just to kind of revisit the history of the Gold Glove and to now honor some of the best defenders of all time. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 major leaguers in history have more than 10 Gold Gloves.
Oh, my goodness.
More than 10. Do you know? So let's have some fun. Do you know who the all-time leader is in Gold Gloves?
I'll throw a couple names at you that I don't know.
He has 18.
There's two guys that I know have a lot of Gold Gloves.
Okay.
And they're both pitchers.
That's correct.
Jim Kitty Cat.
He's second with 16.
And Maddox.
And Maddox is first. 18.
Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but for some reason those stick in my head. It's amazing to me that a pitcher could win. Like, you know who was a great one of the best defensive pitchers I've ever seen for the Mets, and he was only there, was Stroman. Stroman was really good.
All right. The highest, the position player with the most Gold Gloves is 16, tied for second all time. Do you know who that is? Don't overthink it. He's Brooks Robinson, the best defender of all time.
Yeah.
Two guys have 13. One is who I would say for my era the best defensive player I've ever seen.
Andrew Jones.
That's a good one, but no, this is a shortstop.
Jeets.
Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie, of course.
He has 13. He is tied with a catcher who somehow avoided all of the steroid consternation, and he went right into the hall, even though he weighs 100 pounds less than when he was juicing as a player. There's no rhyme or reason to the whole steroid era.
There isn't.
One dude has 12. This Hall of Famer, I once hung out with his kids in his basement.
Oh, he was great, too. Bobby Clemente.
Roberto Clemente.
There is video for those of you youngins. You should go look at Roberto Clemente throw from the outfield.
From the corner.
Oh, my God. In
from
the
the
World
corner.
Series against the Orioles, he threw it. I still can't tell if it hopped or not to Sanguillen catch him, but it was on a line, man. It was, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Gracious.
Yeah. All right.
One of the best outfield throws I've ever seen, still to this day.
3 guys have 11. One is probably an underappreciated player. If he gets into the hall, it will be strictly on his defense, but he is also a shortstop, recently retired in the last 5 years.
Vizquel.
Omar Vizquel.
I actually know more about Gold Gloves than I thought.
Yeah. The next guy was a Met, although he probably won more Gold Gloves with a different team.
Blank.
But I could be wrong. In my mind, he played for this other team longer than he played for the Mets. He only played for 2 teams.
Piazza?
Nope.
What did you say? What position?
I didn't.
Oh.
If I'd say the position, it'd be too easzy.
I don't know who.
Keith Hernandez.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Keith Hernandez has 11. Did he play more for the Cardinals than the Mets? Or is it even split?
Probably. That's probably even.
And then the last guy.
Get that. That's
the last guy made one of the. Okay, the last
I popped
guy
off to braggadocio and I got burned.
The last guy with more than 10. This guy has 11. Made, I think, the most famous catch in Major League Baseball history.
Wow. Andy Chavez.
He just went mad again. I think that this guy made the most famous catch.
Willie Mays
Willie
made the
Mays.
most famous
That's,
catch.
So I'm right, at least in my guess, that he
Yeah.
made the most famous. Yeah, Willie Mays, who in the World Series, it was at the Polo Grounds he went and did that?
It was against Vic Wirtz.
He went and ran it. He ran a ball down 100 yards and caught it over his shoulder basket.
And he whipped around and fired a strike
those
back
boys,
in.
those guys back in the day, boy, they played for the love of the game. They weren't making the trillions these guys made, and they wanted you to leave the park knowing what greatness looked like. All right, we'll come back. Speaking of greatness,
Scobes.
Hey, we love Josh Scobie, and he'll
Always welcome.
He'll break us down on an important event that he has coming up next week, and we'll talk some Jags with him as well. So stick around. We're live at the St. John's Golf and Country Club for the Tristan Bailey Foundation's fundraiser event. The golfers are out on the course. It's a beautiful day here, so they deserve that as God gives them a little smile and wink of sunshine here today. But back for the final hour of the program here. The Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
After the game, talk about the game with Hacker Leon and Coach Campo. The window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter from Players Grill Miramar. Brought to you by Osteen Volvo and Volkswagen and Dr. George Bari and Bari Orthopedics. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL. Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing.
Florida Gators coming off a loss to Georgia, now prepared to face Arkansas at home. The Razorbacks are on a 6-game losing skid, while Gators are trying to become bowl eligible. Kickoff is at noon on Saturday. Some positive news for the Gators as linebacker Derek Wingo has been selected as one of 8 semifinalists for the Werfel Trophy, honoring community service and leadership.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I'm so impressed with Darley's Plumbing and the work they're doing at our new Walk-Off Charities field. The Darley's team has been so easy to work with on this great project. I heard good reviews about them for years, and they have absolutely proved it to me. I learned Darley's is a company I can trust for my plumbing needs, and you can too.
Thanks for those kind words, Frank. At Darley's Plumbing, we don't just do residential house calls. We're your first draft pick for commercial business plumbing too. Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
At ABBQ, they are turning up the heat on game day with a spread that'll make your taste buds do a victory dance. Football and barbecue always play together. I'm talking mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and tantalizing appetizers that'll keep your hunger in check as you cheer for your team. Come for the food and football, and stay for the teal-colored Jell-O shots, your destination for mouth-watering barbecue and an unforgettable game day. ABBQ, meet and drink with us.
What I was told was bone on bone. I was going to have knee replacement, and I do not like surgery.
Desperate to avoid surgery, Julie decided to check out QC Kinetics non-surgical regenerative treatments.
My daughter actually works in a Chapel Hill, North Carolina lab, and I sent her all of the information that I was given, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, this is for you. I've heard great things about this." She's like, "You need to try it before ever doing surgery."
Julie started the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments right in the office, using her own healing properties to help restore her damaged tissue.
I know, my daughter was right. Yeah, it's nice when you've got that person you can go to who might have a little bit more information, especially on the science of it. QC Kinetics, it's life-changing.
Find out if you're a good candidate. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
At Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters, you get the golden standard in roofing. They can do 99% of home roofs in just one day. No construction activities lingering around for an extended period, allowing you to resume your normal activities. Plus weather protection. You minimize the risk for rain or weather damage during the construction process. Call or visit to find out if they can do your roof in just one day.
Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters.
Golden Hammer.
The golden standard in roofing.
Dan Hicken here for Bowden Associates. I want to remind you that now is the perfect time to schedule your eye exam. Take advantage of your existing insurance benefits before they reset in January. Join the many satisfied patients who trust Bowden Eye with their vision. Schedule your eye exam now and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with clear and healthy eyes. And remember, your deductibles reset in January, so don't miss out on the benefits you've already earned. Bowden Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years. selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
Hicken here with Zero Res. Let them help you get ready for the holiday. Book today and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 a room. Let's give you 25% off your tile and grout cleaning. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Olstein's Volkswagen. FSU head coach Mike Norvell was impressed with his quarterback Jordan Travis's performance after having 2 missing players.
You know, you talk about depth, you talk about playmakers. For Jordan to throw for 360 yards, it was pretty remarkable.
After the shocking loss to Arkansas, Gator head coach Billy Napier was asked if the message to Gator Nation was patience.
It's not my job to preach patience. It's my job to lead those young men in that locker room. I've got a job to do relative to the people in that locker room.
In the NHL, the Florida team saw a win and a loss. Braden Point had 3 goals and an assist to help the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Ottawa Senators on Saturday night. Florida Panthers lost to the Chicago Black Knights also on Saturday. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
64 degrees at 9/11. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Gookin Nation. It's another hour with Duval's Big Dogs of Sports Media. Dan Hicken.
Yes.
Jeff Prosser.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
And E to the T.
E.T. is the GOAT producer.
All right, we are back and having a wonderful morning today. There's 2 things in sports that I love, as you know, Prosser.
Only 2.
Yeah, there's hockey and there's kickers.
That's true. You've always been a kicker fan.
Yeah, I've got a hockey note before we talk to the kicker.
Okay, good. Josh Scobie, by the way, for all you Scobie fans, and there's a zillion of you, is right now on the hotline. He's waiting patiently in the green room.
Josh, allow me.
We'll get him in something. And then, by the way, I'm going to start, as I often do, immediately with a little bit of conflict. But
good.
Stay tuned.
Even better.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
I think this happened in hockey over the last couple of days. There's a hockey team called the San Jose Sharks.
Okay.
And I believe they've lost their last 2 games.
Okay.
And I believe in both games they gave up 10 goals.
Oof.
10 goals.
That's not good goalkeeping.
That's
not
good hockey. 10 goals in 2 different games.
Yeah.
I know the Pens hung a 10-2
Getting
spot
poor
on them.
goalie play, man.
Now, we shift from that to my other favorite, and that is kickers. I love.
All right, let's bring in Josh Scobie. And Scobie, before we get going, I don't like to have any pretense. I don't want to have anything hanging over us because I know you got a great event coming up next week out at Deerwood. But as you sent me the flyer, this is how it works, gang. This is how it works in our business. Scobie texts me, hey, man, I got something coming up. I actually talked to me months ago. I got something coming up. Can I, come on and talk about it? Sure you can. Okay, send me the stuff. And so he sends me the stuff, Dan, and I got this perfect flyer. And so I knew it was the first tee open hosted by Josh Scobie. But then I see this.
Yes, sir.
Like right at the top, and again, there's a picture of Scobie's delicious follow-through. The guy's a heck of a golfer.
Oh,
it's almost
tremendous.
not fair.
Yes.
And then it says, play with the pros and local celebrities.
Okay.
And then I quickly searched my email box and my voicemail, and I asked you the same, and yet I find nothing there. And then I look at some of these, quote, local celebrities, Hick, and I just kind of wonder. I mean, the Cat will be there, and you won't.
Who else is on the list?
John Bachman will be there, and I won't.
Oh. Actually,
how's that for a warm welcome, Scopes?
Actually, for the record, just to keep it real,
you got invited.
John Bachman did invite me. He did invite me. I thought I couldn't do it.
All right, well, there you go. This is where Scobie says, I invited you. You said you couldn't. Oops.
Now we welcome
All
you
right,
to the program.
Josh. Now, enough about us. Let's talk about your good deed that's coming up next Monday.
I guess your invitation got lost in the mail. So,
yeah. It happens.
My fault.
Yeah, local celebrities. That's a quote unquote there.
I got you.
But yeah, we're trying to get a local celebrity either at some capacity, I guess, with each group. So right now,
Sure, I know how these
pretty
things
close to
work.
doing that.
We got you.
Yeah.
Tell us your. I mean, and I know kind of where it comes from. Tell us your passion for the First Tee and what they're doing, and why you're involved in this, and how people, if there are still openings, how they can get involved.
Well, I've been involved with them since 2010, and it just so happens that the first one of these tournaments that I got involved with was the day after the Jags-Colts game where I made the 59-yarder. So,
I remember that.
We were off to a good start with that one, and so
you made other kicks, Scobie.
I know. I remember.
Okay. All right. Just telling people.
But yeah, I'm very passionate about the organization because people here in First Tee of North Florida, they figure it's just a golf organization, but it's really a whole lot more than that. And it's getting kids involved locally that really want to grow, and not just in their golf game, but just as a human being. And they teach core values there that are very important for these kids growing up. And each group that you play with in my tournament coming up next week, we actually get to play with one of the First Tee kids who has earned the right to be able to play in it by good grades and good behavior. And every time we get to do that, you meet these kids and you really fall in love with what they're doing, what the program is doing, and just by their behavior and just the way they go about everything.
That's a great point because
it is so much more than the golf.
More than the golf.
It really is.
That's the thing that has to be pointed
out. And in many cases, with kids or those that need more than golf, that don't necessarily get it like some others are, right? And so
yeah, exactly.
That matters, Scope.
It's not. This isn't a program for the affluent type of kids. It's for everyone who wants to sign up, and there are a lot of inner city youth kids involved in the program that this might be one of the only adults that really does care for them, that they get to hang around any part of the week. So it's very important to these kids, and it's very important to myself and a lot of others.
I love Scobie's kicking story, and he's told it before. I won't have him. I'll give the shorter version. Scobie's in high school. He's never played football. He's a soccer player. He's helping one of his buddies who's going to try and be a kicker, and Scobie's kicking a football like nobody's business. And the high school coaches are like, yeah, you're on the team, and the rest is history. On to La Tech and then on to the Jaguars. Scobie, I want to know if you know the story of this. Is it Aubrey? What's the Cowboys kicker's name? Is it Aubrey? He's a rookie kicker. Do you know his story? Did you hear his story, Scope?
Honestly, I had not heard the story.
Okay, this cat for the Cowboys, John, give me his name. This kicker for the Brandon Aubrey, okay? Brandon Aubrey, Scobie, he's 19 for 19. He's set a record now for most successful.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie. Okay, didn't play college football. Was sitting at home after he'd already, as a young adult, they're watching football, and he tells his wife, he goes, I think I could do that. He started working out. He got a USFL gig, and now he's the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys and has set an all-time record.
It's impressive. I mean, that just goes to show you how easy it is to kick a ball. So.
That's what I was going to say.
We saw that yesterday with Dari Ogunbowale.
Right? What about that one? That was a good one.
I know,
Dari
Ogunbowale. That's not helping my case. It's not helping my case that kickers are actually athletes, too.
Let's go. We know you have remained a diehard Jaguar fan. By the way, excellent work in the schedule release video. We appreciated that Oscar winning performance. But we know how – I mean, you love the Jags as much as anyone, and so I assume, like the rest of us, you're pretty sky high on what the both near and short-term future holds for this franchise.
Oh, absolutely. It's been obviously a great start to the year, and like you said, I'm still a huge fan. I mean, we have season tickets. Take my family, and we've enjoyed it. Maybe not so much the home games this year, especially not the Texans game, but it's been fun to see, and I just think that the future looks really bright for this team because there's a lot of young players. They're playing well. The defense is fun to watch. And what I've been telling people, for the past 8 games that they've played is that the team really hasn't put together a full, 100% effort, flawless game, and they're still 6-2. So that's a really good sign.
Scobie, do you ever stop and just, shake your head at how it would seem to me, and I don't know how fortunate you were to land where you did. It's obvious you love Jacksonville. It's obvious you love golf. It's still close enough maybe to your I'm just saying if you'd gone off to Minnesota or Detroit or Chicago or New York or San Francisco or Seattle or any, there are probably some other markets like Jacksonville would have been as equally, as comfortable and perhaps even long term. But I always I get kind of proud, dude, when guys come here and they end up making Jacksonville their home.
No, absolutely. I mean, number one, it's because God was like, all right, you need to be here at this time, and this kicker needs to be bad the year before you were, and you can come here. Because, honestly, whenever I was in the draft process, my agent told me that it was either going to be San Diego or Jacksonville, and I was praying for Jacksonville. So whenever San Diego drafted a kicker in the 3rd round, he texted me and said, be ready for the 5th round. And very, very fortunate because this is my home, and I mean I've lived here now longer than I've lived anywhere else in my life, and I mean it just tells you how great of a place Jacksonville is because so many former players live here that a lot of them didn't even play for Jacksonville, and they make this their home.
We joke, Hick and I do, and we bust your chops. Dan, I'm going to ask you a serious question for you and I that are here, okay, that have been here since Tom Coughlin was holding press conference in trailers. Do you think Scobie among the fan base is a top 10 all-time popular player?
Yes.
Is he top 5, or is that going a little too high?
It's a little too high.
Okay, but top 10 well, top 10 Scobes is very good. It doesn't happen often for kickers, and I was going to say this because there's a cult of Scobie. There's a cult of Scobie out there in the general public.
Oh, yeah.
You know this, right?
I know
like, people go see houses at Deerwood, and they want to live close to where Scobie lives because they know the Scobies. Could you have imagined this, Josh, when you came into the league as a rookie kicker? I mean, you have to – and this probably feeds a little bit into the last answer that you gave us. But, I mean,
let me just
it's
say
good
this
being
before,
Scobie, I guess.
Let me just say this before Scobie answers, and he knows how I feel about this. It's a problem with the franchise that he remains one of the top 10 most popular. It's because we haven't been good enough. I'm sorry, Scobes.
Oh,
you know how I feel.
Anyway,
now you can answer.
Forget negative Nelly here and answer my question.
Well, I would have much rather have been known for the guy that's just kicking a bunch of extra points and winning games. But someone had to go out there and kick a field goal when we're down 20-0 from 37 yards.
Scobie, in 2004, you know the answer to this, but there were 3 kickers drafted. Can you tell me the 3 kickers, 2 others beside yourself?
It was Nate Kading in the 3rd round, and
yes,
Indianapolis drafted the Penn State kicker, David. I forget his last name. I played against him in college a couple times, but David.
Very good.
Something. Yeah.
David Kimball. Very good.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Kickers, kicker world. It's a kicker world.
Yeah, I outlasted them all, so that's a good thing.
You did, my brother.
Scope, are you still looking for spots? Are there still sponsorship opportunities? Or you just want to let people know that the First Tee is out there making impact on the First Coast?
Well, fortunately, we sold out all the groups yesterday.
Congrats.
So we, like I said, we're going to have a local or some sort of celebrity with each group. But there's still ways to donate, and that's, a never-ending thing trying to raise money for an organization. And you can go to firstteenorthflorida.org and make a in-kind donation, and you can put in the comments section. It's for the, Josh Scobie Golf Tournament, the First Tee Open, and it would be much appreciated. And I think this year we're going to be raising more money than we have at any other tournament, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Well, it sounds great. Hopefully you will also be just basking in the glow of a big win over the 49ers. Hopefully you have good weather next week. And, these people look at these, events and I don't think sometimes appreciate all the work that goes in them and the commitment that it takes. And I know it's golf and it's fun on that day, but, boy, especially the support staff behind it. They do a lot of work, and we're experiencing that out here today at St. John.
Yeah,
so we appreciate you, my man, and we'll talk to you soon, certainly before the season's over.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Scobes.
All right, there he goes. Josh Scobie, number 10 in your program and top 10 in your heart, according to Dan Hicken. All right, we'll come back for our final segment as we broadcast live here from the Tristan Bailey Foundation's fundraising event. It's been our pleasure to be out here, and we got one more segment to go. We'll either see what's trending or take a trip through the New York City headlines or something. Just award-winning. Coming next on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Your home for Florida Gators basketball is 1010XL.
The Gators tip off the season tonight against Loyola, Maryland at the O'Connell Center. Coverage starts at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Sometimes we have partners at the radio station that are trying to get their message out, and sometimes it hits my ears just perfectly. And that's the deal with this Prize Picks. Have you tried this daily fantasy sports yet? It's so cool. It's so different. You pick between 2 and 6 players. They have a projected stat total, simple as pie. You just got to pick whether they go over or under that statistical projection. It is cool, man. I've been doing it almost every day. You can play NFL, you can play NBA, you can play Major League Baseball. You can go any way that you want. And it's so easy to be a part of. And right now, I'm going to give you a good deal. Go to prizepicks.com/1010XL and use code 1010XL. You'll get a first deposit match of up to $100. prizepicks.com/1010XL. Use code 1010XL for a first deposit match of up to $100. This is daily fantasy sports done different. You're gonna love it. Take it from me. Go to prizepicks.com today.
At Hodges Mazda, we are proud of our solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here. As your hometown Mazda dealer, our high customer service standards and our huge inventory of new and used cars provide our customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Our professional, non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interests first. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. Visit us today during the Season of Inspiration sales event or shop online at HodgesMazda.com to discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Matt Hayes here. Say goodbye to your home's plumbing problems. Fenwick Home Services plumbing professionals are always ready to help. Whether your home has a clogged toilet or drains, dripping faucets, no hot water, or other issues, our experts offer zero-fee, 24-hour emergency plumbing solutions. Plus, you can save 20% off your next plumbing service. Visit FenwickHomeservices.com or call right now at 904-604-9156.
Hicken here with Zero Res. Let them help you get ready for the holiday. Book today and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 a room. Let's give you 25% off your tile and grout cleaning. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
I'm Hacker. Get more Gators on the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL Florida Gator Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or TuneIn.
Malfunctions in your electrical panel can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
8 Sparky. Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed, It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
You dream it, we build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Turn your backyard into an outdoor living oasis with CSS. Your number one choice for custom outdoor kitchens, grills, fireplaces, pergolas, and outdoor living. Because
you dream it, we build it. CSS.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back on the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. And, Hick, I'm going to put a spin on what's trending.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to see what's trending. We used to call it the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But today it's going to be a top 10, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Brought to you by Pet Paradise, gang. The holidays are coming. Make sure that your pet is taken care of and give them the gift of just some snuggles and some love while you're out of town. And that's at your local Pet Paradise. All local, all modern facilities. You've got one more chance to check out Wacky Wednesdays. That's scheduled to end on November 8th, at least the opportunity to do a day of camp for just $25. They have meet and greet set up for all your pet needs, whether it's boarding, whether it's grooming, whether it's veterinary care. It's all under one roof. And don't fall for these imitators, man. Go with the innovator, Pet Paradise, with now over 60 locations around the region and 8 or 9 just here in town, including 24-hour pick-up and drop-off at the airport location. It's Pet Paradise. Trust them at petparadise.com. But here's what I'm going to do. Dan, I've kind of fancied myself through these last few years at this time of year to become a college basketball lighthouse.
Okay.
I am that tall, cylindrical edifice that sits on top of the rocks, and through the fog, it spins around that light to give you just a little bit of guidance and remind you where the port is.
Okay.
Some things in sports just don't line up right, and this is one of those. But ironically, often, until we get to the NCAA tournament, the best college basketball matchups of the year are going to happen in like the next 6 weeks, and they will go, because of football, like darn near unknown. Okay, so I have, in my role as the lighthouse keeper,
yes, sir,
I have for you this year's slate. These are the games that you didn't know were going on.
Okay.
November, what is today, by the way? It's already the 6th or 7th, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, November 14th, a week from tomorrow. We've got a pretty good doubleheader in Chicago. Would you like to know who's playing?
Sure.
Yeah, Duke, Michigan State, a couple of top 4s, and then Kansas, Kentucky.
It's the same every year, though.
Similar.
It
seems that
it's every year. It's Michigan State, Kentucky,
you think
Duke.
that.
I swear to you.
There's about 7 of them that they rotate
locked
through.
in.
Okay. No, but to your point, sometimes it's Gonzaga, it's been UConn, it's been some others, but it's been North Carolina. Anyway, December 1st, UConn at Kansas. UConn, by the way, is your defending national champion. Kansas is number 1 in the preseason.
Oh, I like that.
November 20th at the Maui, Purdue, Gonzaga. 2 good teams, right?
Yeah.
Arizona, Duke coming up November 10th. That one is at Cameron Indoor, so that's less than a week away. Purdue, Alabama. Alabama's kind of positioned itself as the best team in the SEC, or one of the best teams in the SEC. I guess Kentucky would always claim that, although the results haven't necessarily worked that way. Let's see. We've also got Arizona, Michigan State. That's November 23rd. We got UConn, North Carolina in the Jimmy V Classic December 5th. I got UConn Gonzaga at a tip-off out in Seattle. And then finally, let's don't forget about FAU. Can FAU find the magic again?
No.
All 5 starters are back.
Great.
All right,
Dusty
FAU.
May.
FAU going to start the year in the top 10, but they got a game against Illinois. I also saw the FAU play someone like Arizona a little bit later. As for the Florida basketball schedule, we'll talk about the Florida basketball schedule when the Florida basketball schedule deserves being talked about.
UNF and JU both home tonight. I've got bigger news, though.
What do you got?
I've got a list tonight right here in my hot little hands as we get ready for Monday Night Football.
Okay, a list.
Chargers and the Jets.
Chargers 3-4. That surprised me when I saw that. I know they've scuffled a bit, but I would have said they were 4-3, not 3-4. If the Chargers lose tonight, they might can just say, "It's time to fire Brandon Staley." Finally.
Oh yeah. Jag fans, go ahead tonight.
I think Billy Napier should get that job.
The Manning cast.
Oh, we got Trevor
Lawrence, guest number 2, sandwiched between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Keyshawn Johnson.
Is this the first Jag-associated guest?
I don't know if Doug's been on or not. I don't think he has.
I don't remember him being on, and I think based on what we do, we would have noted
As you know, Trevor grew up idolizing Peyton.
Went to their camps, and the Manning Passing Academy.
So I think that's a good one. I like that. I look forward to that. I just wish they would fix the dadgum.
Manning loves him. By the way, they also worked together at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Manning loves Trevor. I think if you got Peyton Manning in a room and you asked him, privately, the 3 guys that he thinks are the best quarterbacks in the league, I think he would include Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Hey, there was some video going around, and I commented this on social media, and it was from Alabama star Dallas Turner.
Kudos to Bama for beating LSU.
Yeah.
Kudos for Bama's kind of turned around. They haven't had a really super strong year, but here they are. With the potential of being a playoff team again.
And all I said was there was 4 incidences with him going after quarterbacks.
Who, Dallas Turner?
Dallas Turner, and he's a dirty player. I didn't say it's good or bad. I just say he's a dirty player. He attacks and tackles with intent to hurt.
Well, that play the other night, how it wasn't flagged is beyond me.
But it does set up an interesting
what if?
No, I think there's an interesting Final Four thing here at work, and it's becoming pretty much clear-cut to me. But I do wonder. Here's the one fly in the ointment.
I wonder if you're going to ask. I wonder if you're going to answer the same question I was going to ask you. So let's see.
If Alabama beats Georgia,
that's the one.
Does Georgia get in?
Yeah, that's the one.
I think they do, but I don't know because let's say Washington wins out, which they may or may not. Washington could trip up, but if Washington wins out, they'll play Oregon. Let's say they win out, right? Washington, Oregon, would have the same argument as Alabama, Georgia. Look, this year, the SEC is the same as all the other conferences. It's not any better. It's the ACC has beaten up the SEC in head-to-head competition. We know the ACC is not great, but Florida State, if they win out, will be 1. The Michigan-Ohio State winner will likely be 1. Because they probably will be undefeated unless Penn State wins. So there's still a few other ifs. But to me, it's FSU, it's Michigan-Ohio State winner, it's Alabama-Georgia winner, and it's Washington-Oregon winner. That would mean somebody from the SEC would be You can't take 2 from the SEC this year.
Well,
you can't.
I don't know how. Well, they took 2. They didn't take 2 from the SEC last year. They took 2 from the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And neither of those 2, by the way, were in the championship game.
Again, every year is different. This year, when you look, if you just go by year, this year,
I don't think it's that cut and dry.
Yeah.
Like if Oregon beats Washington in the Pac-12 title game.
Yeah.
And Alabama beats Georgia 30-27 in overtime, I don't believe that Oregon should get in over Georgia. I don't think that's fair just because they're coming from a different conference and a different place.
Oregon's 1 loss to Washington, which they just avenged.
Yeah. Then you're telling me that Georgia's 1 loss to Alabama after they won 40 games in a row.
Yeah.
Disqualifies them as not as good as Oregon.
It's the great debate.
Yeah. Well, next year we won't have to worry about it. They'd both be in.
You can't go back to, Georgia waxed Oregon in the first game last year. You can't do that.
I'm not.
You have to base it on this year and what's happened.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how
it doesn't help
out.
Georgia that teams like Florida stink and they don't get any credit for beating them. Right?
Yeah.
They're not getting
Georgia
tested.
had a nice win Saturday against Missouri. Missouri's a good team.
Yeah. But Georgia also doesn't look like – here's what hurts Georgia too. They have to live up to their own standard.
But these idiots put Ohio State number 1 last week. Ohio State ain't the best team in the country. Everybody knows it, but their resume. Well, again, if you go by resume, then Florida State should be number 2. I mean, clear cut.
And they might
By
be
the way,
this year.
it ain't so easy going into Death Valley and winning, is it? Notre Dame, who lost to Ohio State. But
Well, I mean, Notre Dame
That's
is-
what Ohio State's hanging their hat on.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
It ain't
is-
so easy.
Notre Dame is constantly overrated.
Well-
and Ohio State beat Notre Dame, not the other way around.
That's what I'm saying, though. Notre Dame went to Clemson and got their butts handed to
Yeah,
them.
but you beat them. But Ohio's
Thank you, Tyler Spartanburg.
The reality, yeah, that's a Tyler from Spartanburg win. The reality is, though, is that Ohio State they went into Notre Dame in prime time and won at Notre Dame. That's a little different than going to
Florida State.
That counts.
It counts if Florida State went to Clemson and beat them in Death Valley.
Well, if it didn't, they wouldn't be in the top 4. Of course it counts.
They should be second. Michigan hasn't done anything.
Yeah, you're worrying too much about that. That'll.
I'm not worried about anything. I'm just
I
making
don't-
points at this stupid
Well,
poll.
we are
continues.
both. Well, here's the problem with this stupid poll. Okay.
And then you're going to sit
You
there
and I.
come
Hold
back
on a
and-
second.
No, you hold on.
Yeah.
Because you're going to sit there and come back and
Gonna
go,
tell me what I'm
well,
gonna do.
you're
That's
damn
what he's
right
gonna
I
do.
am. I'm
Yeah.
talking too.
Yeah.
I'm talking too. Okay? You're going to come back
The
and
only
say,
one.
You're going to come back and say, hey, Georgia, Alabama, blah, blah, blah. SEC has been crappy this year. Let's face it. Just accept it. It's not that good. But, the SEC is better than everybody. No, they're not. Not this year.
Am I talking that?
Yeah.
I'm talking
You
that.
just sat there and told me that Georgia and Alabama,
No,
two teams should get in.
I didn't say they should. I said there's going to be a conversation of whether it should be Georgia or Oregon.
It'll be
if they both have one loss.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
And the only place we disagree.
And I
on-
hope for chaos, but it'll still probably work itself out.
I don't care.
That's the other thing.
I
It'll
don't
still probably
care.
Work itself out.
The college football team that I care about is an abject disaster. So you can grind your gears on where FSU is ranked and whether Oregon gets in. I don't care.
I'm not grinding any gears. I'm just sitting here having discussion because I hate the poll and I hate the people who sit at the table like
hear
they
ya.
know more football than we do.
Well-
That's what bugs me.
Well, the problem-
we watch just
I
as
get
much.
it.
We have just as
Yeah,
much.
and
of
you
an
and I would
opinion.
have a different 4 in
Yes,
a different
we would,
order.
because
That's how it is.
Because there's no right because it's stupid because they don't have parameters that allow you to get into the playoff. Is my point. If you win the conference, you're in the playoff. Oh, okay.
It's not like
That's how a playoff works.
But here's
don't call it a playoff.
Here's the problem. Or here would be my
Yes,
counter argument to you. That's how college football has always been, and they've made it better and more equitable than they did. Whereas you talk about it like they're doing something wrong. It's still better than playing a whole year and then voting who's best. That's my only point.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight of that.
I still feel like
and
that's
it's
what they
led and it started by getting us to 2 at least to decide.
Okay.
And that gets us to 4 at least
Last
to
question.
decide.
If you were going to have a national championship game this year, who would you vote for right now?
Right now,
Yeah,
if they're
right
playing.
now, right today. Who would you
Georgia,
pick?
Michigan.
That's who you would pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, granted, listen, and people are, and it's fair that people think differently and they put bigger parameters.
Yeah.
I count history more than you do.
You have the.
I count
right.
history more than you do.
And that's
Yeah.
not fair.
Well, it is when you've won 30, 40 games in a row. I think it is.
Listen, I have said numerous times, and I will continue to say it, Georgia should be ranked number 1
Yeah.
in my world
Yeah.
because they're the defending champ. You have to knock out the
I'm
defending
not going to quibble with the 1 through 4 until the final one comes out, and then if I have a problem with it, it'll matter. But
I
right now,
I might go Georgia, Washington, just to tell you the truth.
yeah, okay. And again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll give you another one that I don't
I
trust.
would pick Washington and FSU
Yeah.
over Michigan.
But
How about that?
here's the problem.
Mr. Big Ten goes against that.
Okay, and you are Mr. Big Ten. I would say this though, Hick. Here,
Uh-huh.
I am a lot more dubious about this Pac-12 you're speaking of than you are.
That's fair.
They look a lot.
Now I'm Mr. Pac-12.
No, yeah, they look to me like those Big 12 phonies every year that would win and beat each other
Maybe.
55-49.
Maybe.
Nobody plays a lick of defense.
Yeah.
Nobody out there is super dominant,
Yeah.
and Washington is lucky to be undefeated. I mean, they were beat. They Stanford had them on the ropes. They had was it Oregon State? Had somebody else? Cal? I don't know. Somebody
Oregon.
had them on the ropes.
Oregon did.
Oregon had them on. Well, Oregon's a good team though. You know, I'm just saying. I'm not sold on the Pac-12 just because of the way they're beat. I mean, USC is supposed to be the best team in the conference. They stink.
Yeah.
And there's not much defense being played out in the Pac-12. That's for sure. You know who would be good for the Pac-12 right now?
Yeah.
Only they don't play the offense. But like a perfect team, because they don't play any defense in the Pac-12, a perfect team would be Florida.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't stop me, you, and 8 dudes out on the golf course
But
right
just
now.
remember this. Miami, Texas A&M, who won the game? Florida State, LSU, who won the game? You know, North Carolina, South Carolina, who won the game?
I get you, but you're not giving me anyone. No one's claiming those teams to be anything
LSU?
special.
LSU's not
is
one of the
they got
elites.
3 losses.
Okay,
So
right.
no.
Okay.
They lost to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is better
So
than
who
them.
are the elite? Oh, so okay. Ole
The
Miss.
elite teams in the SEC are the same two that they are every year, and there are no others.
There are no others.
Alabama and Georgia.
Well, and Ole Miss can go prove it this week.
Nah, come on, dude.
Right.
Ole Miss is going to go prove it. Yeah, Ole Miss is going to go prove they're Ole Miss.
Who can you count on?
38-14.
This is the drill. We make the turn for home next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
He spent 10 seasons in the NFL, and the best years were right here.
Hey, 10-10, easy, Duval.
Catch David Garrard, Mondays from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers.
Make a crucial catch against colon cancer. Hicken here for the Borland Groover Foundation. Gang, listen up. If you're 45 or older, the ball's in the red zone to get screened. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. 45 is the new 50. Get screened for colon cancer now. The Borland Groover Foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to building a healthy and equitable community that's free from colon cancer. So guys, ladies, visit BorlandGrooverFoundation.com and get more information.
If you're having people over for the game, let First Coast Home Pros clean your home before your guests arrive. Their maid services make everything sparkle and shine so you can enjoy the festivities without the stress of cleaning house. FirstCoastHomePros.com. FirstCoastHomePros.com.
Welcome to Otterson Wealth Advisors of Raymond James, your local resource for financial know-how. The entire team is a symphony of knowledge, working harmoniously to orchestrate your financial dreams into reality. Experience the Otterson Wealth Advisors Advantage, where our expertise, empathy, and precision converge to craft a roadmap to your financial triumph. Visit OttersonAdvisors.com and let us turn your aspirations into achievements. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. Raymond James Associates, Inc., member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Listen up. This weekend, you'll immediately, why can I say immediately? Come see why. Come see we. I can't say that line. And a lifetime, Beaver's till, I've not lost it. We know we aren't perfect, but we try every day to do our very best to provide the wow experience you deserve, and we're so grateful for all our amazing customers. Visit us at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville to see just how much we appreciate
Whether
you.
it's a large commercial project or a multifamily property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multifamily projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138. Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 6, 1869, the first intercollegiate football game took place. Players used their hands or feet as Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter. This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews are through the roof, and I challenge any law firm to compare results. Clients continue switching to us from other firms because we continue delivering. Recently, a car accident client left a big firm, and Woolsey Morecambe got her 10 times what they said it was worth. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe, 638-4235.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 23rd.
Are you an experienced automotive technician and tired of working for employers who put profit over people? Then come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road and get trained on how to diagnose and rebuild today's complex transmissions. See how we're different. Get traction on your career and come to Action.
Equal opportunity employer.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jaguar tight end Evan Ingram wants to keep the focus after the bye, week to week, game to game.
I think we just keep playing our football, keep playing our brand of ball, but we have to make sure we're doing this in the end, too, and finishing strong.
Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson confirmed he wants to be a part of the growing Jaguar Jacksonville sports complex.
And I do want to be a part of that. I was a part of the Miller Electric Center. It just gives you a feeling and appreciation of, ownership.
The Jaguars are leading their division, and linebacker Devin Lloyd isn't concerned about being the hunted the second half of the season.
We've always looked at ourselves as the ones being hunted, especially knowing the success we had going to the playoffs last year.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping 1010XL on track with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
All right, let's bring in Tony, who's getting ready for Jaguars today on a Monday. Game week is back. The next 9 weeks become the grind. Tony, what are you guys doing today?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we'll have David Garrard in with us today. Mike Dempsey still on assignment for one day more, enjoying the bye week. He'll be back with us tomorrow. Our question of the day today, among a lot of good candidates, which there are, which single member of the organization would get your vote for the Jaguars team MVP through the first 8 games of the season? And I worded it that way because I wanted to include, if people want to say, Peterson's the MVP, cool. If they want to say Caldwell is the MVP, cool. But I wanted to make sure the coaches could at least be included in taking a look at who would get your single vote in that honor.
All right, my man. Well, have a great show. Tony handling it and with David Garrard, and Mike will be back tomorrow. Game week, Tone. We get ready for the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
Really what should be an exciting stretch run, or exciting second half, I should say. It's not a stretch run for the Jags.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, you look at the way the AFC stacks up right now, it certainly looks like the Bengals are back. Whatever you thought they were a month ago, they are not right now. They look like one of the better teams in football again, so excitement for that coming down the stretch here. And look, outside of the Titans losing on Thursday night, the Jags really didn't get any help from anybody over the course of the weekend as far as their standing within the AFC. So they're kind of in a similar situation, which is fine. I think we all feel like they are one of the better teams in the AFC at this point in time. Show it. You got 9 games left in the regular season. Go win 6, 7, 8 of those games and put yourself in position to be hosting multiple playoff games this year.
All right, my man. We'll have a great show.
Thank you.
Gibby?
Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
Jeffrey?
Yeah, my takeaway is just kind of, we're halfway through. It's kind of fun to, maybe start looking at those playoff boards. You remember back in the day? I'm old enough to remember where we were happy if we just got put up on the board, even if we were a game under 500. But, yeah, we're way past the hunt. But, I'll take this away. I was a bit surprised if I look at the AFC right now. If the playoffs were today, all 4 teams from the AFC North would qualify. That after the Bengals beat the Buffalo Bills last night. But I will say this. If the Jets win tonight at the Chargers, it looks to me they would have the tiebreaker over Cincinnati, so that Garden spot might only last for another 14 hours or so.
I'll just take away.
Although, don't you think the Chargers beat the Jets pretty good tonight at home? It's hard to trust that coach that they have. He's the Billy Napier of pro football.
I think it'll be a good game. I'll just take away a big thank you to the Bailey family for having us out here.
Sure.
And a wonderful event and what they are continuing to try to do with the Tristan Bailey Foundation.
Agreed on that too, Frank.
Nothing but the best going forward. Gibby?
I'm miffed by the Gold Glove in the National League in the outfield. Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Brenton Doyle? Because he's the guy that won the Gold Glove in the outfield for the National League.
Over Michael Harris.
Over Michael Harris,
I guess.
I follow baseball.
That's fair. Michael Harris probably. Yeah, that's kind of an odd one.
Well, I follow baseball pretty closely, and I've never heard of Brenton Doyle.
Yeah,
he might as well be Harry Doyle.
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Rockies. And I've never heard of him.
That's silly. Yeah, that's silly.
I only know him because I looked at the Gold Glove winners yesterday because I, too, was miffed that your former love mate Dansby won over Francisco. So.
No, Michael Harris should have been because you know what? That matters. Like, if you're a borderline Hall of Famer in 20, and I'm not saying he will be, but I'm just saying in general, if you go earn something, give it to him.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, that'll do it to it for us. Appreciate the folks here at the St. John's Golf and Country Club. We're back in studio tomorrow. It's been the Monday Morning Quarterback Divorce Men Only.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. That's a long-time Jacksonville business. Shane's father started the company. Shane runs it now with his guys. His guys are from here. They take care of people who live here, people like me. I've used Lockhart